Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. I'm excited to be here with you all today. Please tell me this doesn't show up on my stream. Okay, it does not. Cool. I'll show you some on Discord. All right, so I saw a little bit of a preview of some of the stuff happening with this patch. So I'm, hey Mike, how you doing? So I'm excited to look at it. Let's just jump right into it. So we have the Dawnbreaker in 7.29 gameplay update. So this is the new hero, Dawnbreaker, which so I've played a lot of World of Warcraft, and this looks like really a lot like a Dragonite from the Alliance side, which is pretty crazy. So that's fun. I saw a little bit of it, and I'm interested to see how this character works. So I gotta click here. Is that still showing up on the stream? Cool. Okay, cool. Damn it. Update page. I keep clicking the wrong damn thing. Hold on. All right, hold on. We'll get there eventually. Come on. There we go. All right. Introducing Dawnbreaker as the name of the character. Okay, so she's listed as a carry, so that's nice for the carry players out there. Let's read. Dawnbreaker shines in low difficulty. Always nice to see. Dawnbreaker shines in the heart of battle, happily crushing enemies with her celestial hammer and using the energy released to heal nearby allies. Interesting. One with the mass of her weapon, she revels in hurling her hammer through multiple foes and then converging with it in a blazing wake. Created to rival ancient forces of chaos and darkness by the sense of the first light, Dawnbreaker only taps her true cosmic power to fly to the aid of her teammates, eager to rout her enemies in the battlefield no matter where they be. Cool, sick. So answer the key. We can read. So I'll let you guys read this. I'm just looking through it. Lore stuff. Keepers. Keeper of the Light. I assume that's a reference to Valora is her name. The Dawnbreaker, most prized creation. She got Born in a Star. That's pretty sick. And she's gonna hit people with a hammer. Okay. If the page would load, that'd be great. Oh, you know why? I'm on dark mode. Hold on. Let me turn this off. That might help. Or not. Helps a little bit. Okay. Okay. So for some reason I can't see. Just the page is just taking a long time to load. I don't know why. But Okay, so she's got 4 abilities. First one is called Starbreaker. Dawnbreaker whirls her hammer around 3 times, damaging enemies with her attack and bonus damage. On the final strike, she smashes her hammer down, stunning and damaging enemies in front of her. So it's like an AoE and then a stun in front. Interesting. So it's like kind of like a pseudo Night Stalker Q, not Q, which is I forget the name of the ability, but you know the one I'm talking about. Interesting. Celestial Hammer, Dawnbreaker hurls her weapon at a target, damaging enemy circle on his skill shot. The hammer pauses briefly at the destination before flying back to her, leaving blaze trail that slows enemies. Interesting. Dawnbreaker can recall the hammer at any time, pulling her towards it so they meet in the middle. Okay. So kind of like if anyone's played League of Legends, it reminds me a lot of a thresh hook. Where you just throw the hook out and you can activate it again to drag towards. So nice gap closer. Helps. It's just got a decent amount of wave clear so far. Oh, there we go. Now it's loaded. So that's what it looks like. Let me see that again. Okay, so it's kind of it's pseudo vector targeted. So she moves forward and just like swings it around, like towards wherever it is, and it stuns in a kind of like a circle. Okay, that's kind of is that an AOE stun? That's kind of disgusting actually. Like that's a double. Like how long? It's like what? How long is that? Like a 1 second stun? AOE stun? Okay, that's pretty. That's pretty gross. I like it though. How does this work? So she throws it like towards a target. Oh, so it's like it could be ground targeted. Okay, it doesn't have to target a person, and then it leaves an AOE on the ground or like a trail on the ground, and she can cue it, or then it comes back and where to wherever she is. Okay, so like kind of like a boomerang, and she can pull towards it, meeting in the middle. Okay, so if you throw it back, you can really like just rush up against people. Like it's nice get closer. So it's like Abyssal Blade without the stun, basically. Does she deal damage when she hits them, or no? Okay, she just kind of jumps towards it. Okay, interesting. All right, all right. Third ability, Luminosity. After 3 attacks, Dawnbreaker powers up, charging her next attack with a critical hit to heals allied heroes around her for a portion of the attack damage dealt. Okay, so if this reminds me a lot of that's that. Oh, everyone. Oh God. Okay. So now I see why she's being going to be a carry because she's just going to fucking deal massive amounts of damage and just Sorry. Look at some stuff. Sorry, I have too many things going on in my life. Um, and so you just really built. So does the crit stack with like crit items like oh god like or like would it stack? Well, I guess it doesn't matter because it's a PA. So I don't know. Interesting. So you just fucking healing your entire team just by attacking, which is so just build a lot of attack speed. I guess that'd be really super strong. I think that seems really good. Oh, this is gonna be kind of busted, isn't it? Solar Guardian Dawnbreaker creates a pulsing effect at a location near an ally hero anywhere on the map. We just love Valve has really been loving the global abilities now. Near an ally hero anywhere on the map, damaging enemies and healing allies with each pulse. After a short duration, she flies to the target location, dealing additional damage and stunning enemies upon landing. So it's an AoE stun and AoE heal globally. So you can just come out of fucking nowhere and just like kill everybody and heal your teammates. So if like someone's in trouble, you just fly in and just heal them. That's actually insane. Um, so this she feels super strong so far. I don't want. We can look at the stat. I won't look at the stats too much because. So I'm guessing she's a strength hero though. I want. You know what? I will look at it real quick. I strength hero. Okay. Um. Okay, yeah, it's listing her as a carry. You could probably. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. She scale. It's a plus 3.2. For strength scaling. Looks right now, Mike. Um. Yeah, definitely. I feel like you could like play her as like a 5 maybe or like an offlaner. I could see like you just tank up, but I feel like just building her just like straight attack damage and like attack speed, where you're just building up that heal, seems like really strong. It's like if you just like I don't know, like butterfly or something like that, or actually armlet would be really good on her. I would think. Well, maybe I don't know, like but I feel like you need like in order to take advantage of this ability, like I feel like you want to have someone who's able to build more attack speed, right? So, so me like I don't know. I feel like maybe like position 1 or maybe 3. I don't know mid. I don't know if mid lane is great. Maybe mid lane, but interesting. But she seems super cool. I like. I'd have to see how other people play her. See what the. I honestly think you could like. It really just depends on like. I think off lane could work pretty well. Like just tank up would be really good. Um, but yeah, I guess I mean if it could be like a very like early kind of carry. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Interesting. I should get wallpapers too. Just to reposition uh, with alt initiation or blink into Q as your main tool and device. Yeah, so yeah, that makes sense. So I mean, yeah, I guess you could use that. Yeah, offlaner. Yeah, get you do initiation here. Yeah, maybe makes sense. Yeah, I feel like you could make a case for maybe in the position one role just to like try to take advantage of her third skill. But I guess even if you're an offlaner, it just makes it so you just heal so much, you just stay alive the whole time. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, definitely like a initiating. But then again, like I guess like you do have a lot of carries that do have like initiating tools or escape tools. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like, yeah, that's very true. I'm interested to see how like what the best spot for her would be. I could see maybe it's position two, maybe very good. I don't know. Might be nice. All right, so that's the new hero. She looks at least she looks pretty cool. I'm excited to see it. Not the heroes I was expecting. I was watching BSJ and Monkeys Forever's podcast and they were talking about like this is all the stuff we want to see, but we don't think we're going to see. See, we want to carry hero. Well, it's supposed to be a carry. This hero is supposed to be a carry, so they already got that, and they wanted to see map changes, and they don't think we're going to get map changes, but we have map changes, which is pretty sick. So I have to learn this entire fucking game again, which is great. So Valve says the battlefield is a fundamental aspect of Dota. So modifications to the terrain can have a large impact on the game. Today's update includes a variety of changes to the map, including moving outposts to stand more prominently in the primary jungle. Okay, I'll have to look at that. Moving ward. Oh, they're moving the ward. Oh god. Oh my god. I have to learn how to play position 5 again. Oh god. And adjusting the position of neutral camps in various paths around the map. You can check out the changes using the sliders below. Okay. So radiant mid. So previous. Oh, is there no more high ground here? Is that just gone? Am I? Oh wait. Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh, it's still there. Okay, but there's like a little path here. Okay, interesting. So like you could be really so like now you have to like I guess this word would cover this, but that's cool. So I just add some new pathing and like so you can kind of like I wonder if like you could do some like crazy shit like if you're in the mid like you like pull creeps using the sideline like right here like that would be crazy. Oh my god! All right, interesting. Radiant safe lane. Okay, so this is the old, and now okay, so the outpost is not there anymore. Yeah, that's absolutely terrifying for mid laners. It's just gonna come through the side and just fucking get dunked. Cause like yeah, but because like now like you have to go through. Oh, I'll take it back. Like you can't like now like they can like backdoor you right. Like before they had to go around. They could only gank you from the side. Yeah, exactly. And now they can just go around, like even like risking some tower shots, or like if they like smoked or something, and just like oh my god, like mid laner is gonna get screwed so bad. Like they're gonna have to word comparatively differently now. So the updated version. So now, okay, so there's now a jungle camp here. It's not like on the side. There's a jungle camp. They moved the jungle camp up here. So you could pull. I think you could pull that. All right. So that's like another. So I guess the hard camp is gonna be here now. So I guess it makes it slight. It's kind of like I think they're gonna exactly position four players. I think uh I guess this kind of makes it harder on Radiant side to pull the camp because now it's easier for yeah the enemy offlaner position four to recognize that you're pulling, which is interesting. Uh, let's see. What else? Radiant primary jungle. 1 second. Um, let's see. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so this is now their radiant primary jungle. So now, so where the ward spot was, the ward cliff, they've moved. Okay, so they moved the big camp over to where the outpost was. They moved the other camp slightly to where that patch of crystals was, and now the okay, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, and then now they moved the top camp up here. So there's no camp here anymore. It's all just like in one central area. And now the ward cliff is over on this side rather than in the middle, and the outpost is in the center, which is crazy. All right, so they want people to like be fighting more around this area, I guess. I saw briefly. I'll get to that later because I saw it, and we'll get to it later because I saw someone post about it. So I'll look at it in a second. Dire primary jungle. Okay, so all right, so these are the camps there. Okay, so now it's in the center, and which camp? Okay, so now there's no. Oh, can you not pull that camp anymore? Oh boy. So is there no small camp? Is that am I looking at this the wrong way? Is there no small camp to pull here for if you're playing position 5 on Dire? Am I crazy? Um. So do they might have to make some. I might be looking at this wrong. Let me if I look at it in the safe lane, I'll see. Because now it looks to me like there's no camp there anymore. They might have moved it to a slightly different spot, which makes sense. But okay, interesting. So kind of the same thing the Radiant, but and except now the ward camp over here is now like slightly down more, so it's harder to get vision of that area. Uh, sorry. Okay. So that's interesting. Dire Triangle, previous to the Bounty Rune, okay. Bounty Rune is basically in the same place, but there's some trees that are moved. So now there's a camp there. So they moved this. They moved the big camp up from the top, and they put the ward cliff slightly over to where that is. And now there's this is so sick. Um, Yeah, so yeah, they moved that to the they moved that down there, and okay, that campus stayed there then. Okay, interesting. But now, the ancients is slightly, and there's less trees. It looks like, right? Am I crazy? So maybe easier to stack. I don't know. Okay, dire save lane. So this is what it looked like before. So there's the small camp. Okay, so they're making it. Okay, I'm seeing what you're saying now, Mike. That there is they made it just a little bit easier to pull the small camp. It looks like so they added one over here, and now they just moved it to the slightly over now, and now there's a ward thing over here, like a ward thing. Okay, very interesting. It makes it you have to position the wards a little bit differently now because of the tree blockage. Interesting. And now there's like a little path behind. Oh, is that because that wasn't? Oh no, it's still there. But it just looks a little bit different. Okay, interesting. All right, radiant top ward spots. So okay, this is now there's a ward here, and then they moved the camp over slightly. So it was over here originally. Now it's God. It's gonna be so like interesting to like gank people now because like now, but I guess now you can see more of like people coming in for a gank, but you can't see like if you're trying to farm here or like take some unsafe farm as like the carry. Yeah, it's gonna be really rough. Yeah, it's gonna be. Supports are gonna have a rough time playing this. Just adjusting to this. But like, yeah, it's like if you're trying to like farm unsafely, like you have little to no vision of what's going on in the lane. Like you have no idea what's happening. So that's this is literally like a ganker's paradise. Like if they buff Shaker, like oh my god. Yeah, so now you just straight up don't have vision of this area right now. They just took that away, so that's in a different place. They're okay. So then they moved. Yeah, so they moved like all of where these ward spots are. Yeah, so now you can't. I don't. Where the hell am I supposed to ward now? I guess trial and error, right? Oh my god! Wow, this is really interesting. Okay, okay, and there. So now there's more. Okay, so now the tower is slightly moved to the and there's less. Okay, the tree. There's like more space between trees now, so you can kind of like dodge and weave, but that also means it's harder to escape from people, I guess. Right? So or is it more that I guess there's more trees on this side now? There's a lot more trees, but they're less close together on this side, and they're slightly more close together. So that's you can like do some weird, funky shit with this. Um, here, yeah. So they've like shifted over some of the trees from the jungle, like to make more pathway. This is really weird. So you can do some like funky, weird, like juke shit if you like are really good at the game. And there's slightly more trees over here. Okay. Yeah, definitely, definitely. They definitely made the other offline towers more unsafe. You're just like I feel like this patch is like you want to farm safely, go screw yourself. Like everyone was saying like we want to slow the game down, Nor, and it's Tree Protector. Let's go, let's go. Like I feel like they basically just said to like everyone was like let's slow down the game, and then Valve was like how about we just make it so that you just get ganked 24/7. So like I feel like supports. So I'm wondering if they're trying to move it so that support players are focusing less on warding because warding is very like dangerous now to making more aggressive plays and really being gankers. So I would expect that like I mean not that Earth Spirit hasn't been popular, but like more like gank oriented heroes, like people who can move around the map and just like collapse people very quickly might come back in depending on who got buffed and who got nerfed. So I think like that might be a consequence of this. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, it's just like war. Like, just like here's a salve for my carry. Like, I think they want to make maybe the idea is to make support players more involved. So the high ground is slightly moved up, and there's they just for this one they just slightly move the trees around a little bit. Oh, now there's more trees here, and there's like less of a high ground here. Look, it's like wow, that's very interesting. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Like it's very interesting. Like like you have to play around with it to get used to the changes. I think like just about where the wards are gonna work and like these tree vision. Like where can people see you and where they cannot. It's also just weird to see like where these paths are now. Like look at there's like a lot of space in here, but like the vision is still gonna be weird. You know? Yeah. Okay. So this looks like they just added a little bit more trees. Weird. This one's very weird. Okay. Mid-tier, yeah. Yeah, they just added a lot more trees over here by the. Yeah, they're just really making everything unsafe. Really, jeez. Dire bot tier 2. Okay, more trees again. Just adding more pathing and stuff like that. Really interesting. I really am interested to see how like the vision works, like in these trees. Like just looking through and like how that like works like with enemy vision rather than just like because looking at it right here, like you like this is normal. Like you're thinking like, okay, nobody can really see me when the trees unless I'm like right near me. But like, how much vision do I get like from being here and someone standing here? You know what I mean? Like, so I'd have to you'd have to really like trial and error it, test it out. And okay, that actually doesn't look like too. Well, I guess this part right here is a little dangerous. So you can just kind of like yeet your way through here, right? Like dive the tower. I guess. Well, that's not that much different now, but interesting. It's like the pathing is all different. Interesting. All right, so that's the map changes. So pretty cool. A lot of I think we're in for some more aggressive Dota coming up for the DPC. Okay. Well, let's see. All right, general updates. Train update. Okay, so I added a water power rune. Spawns at both power rune locations only at minute 2 and 4. Okay, so that's only at minute 2 and 4. Instantly restores 100 health and 80 mana when used. Can be used to fill bottles. Starting at 6 minutes, power runes spawn as usual on one side. So the 2 and 4 minute power runes. Okay, so wait, now there's just there wasn't 2 minute runes before, right? I don't play mid a lot, so I don't really know, but I don't think there was. So now there's like the basic runes, and now you just like it's basically like a free bottle charge almost. Like it just you just get like you get like a mango and like a full stick charge, I guess. Only for a minute. Okay, so I was right. Okay, so now you have like yeah, so like they really are like trying to get supports to be more active and try to secure these runes for the player. But like, where are they gonna get XP from? What are you gonna be? I guess you're gonna be like getting kills or like you're screwed, right? Okay, interesting. So that could be interesting. So like this will definitely help with like mana intensive mid laners, I guess. So I added +2 attributes leveling for up to 7 times for the 7 empty levels from 1 to 26. Okay. So now you get to scale even more. Yeah. So many more. Yeah. Whoever should got the room wins by the land of before. Yeah. So I guess it's to make it like more balanced, so that it's more like skill based rather than like getting lucky on the runes. Maybe makes sense. Interesting. So more skill based plays in the mid lane. Um. So then they start spawning as usual. Okay, at the 6 minutes. So there's more time to like be able to win your lane, I guess, or like bring the lane back. So they bring it back attribute leveling, which is interesting. And be leveled in any order via clicking on the talent tree circle, and they automatically will be leveled. There are no other options available. So level 30 no longer grants all remaining talents. Instead, level 27, 28, 29, 30 will grant you the remaining level 10, 15, 20, 25 talent. Okay, so oh, I see. So you get them one at a time then. So you get the bottom one level 27, level 28, 29. Okay. So that makes the late game interesting. So now you don't have to wait till level 30 to get all of it. You can still get the bottom ones. So that'll make for some interesting how you decide to play the late game. Is that like you're not waiting to that level 30 mark. You're also like thinking about, which one do I take and then which one could I be really useful to me in the late game, I guess. And this attribute selling is like how most people to scale pretty well. I saw someone make a joke about anti-mage players because they're going to be level and stats. Like you just that'll be this is going to be interesting. I'm very interested to see how this plays out. But you can level them before you get your skills and stuff. So interesting. Oh boy. Well, so outposts no longer give XP at a 10, 20, 30 minute mark. Outposts now provide experience per minute while controlling. XP equals 2 for so no extra XP granted when controlling 2 outposts, similar to the existing rules. Okay, so you just get them for controlling the change from to XP provided on the minimum. So every 2 minutes while controlling them, you get this amount of XP, depending on the minutes. So XP spread on the minute mark, and the amount you get for each minute at the start is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, for minutes 1 through 10. Okay. That's really cool. So now that makes the outposts a lot more useful. So you're really going to be wanting to fight over those. So that kind of changes how you're like the scale. Oh wow, that's really interesting. So is it still going to be? I'm assuming it's still going to be that you have to still have to kill the tier 2 to be able to take it though, right? I assume. Interesting. Okay. So okay, that'll be really interesting to like play around. So bounty runes with the initial. This is a long. This is gonna be a long. All right. Bounty runes with the initial set are reduced by 10%. Bounty runes no longer spawn in the river. The amount these runes gave is now provided automatically over time through GPM. Okay, so now there is like just increased GPM. They're really trying to speed this game up, but they are reduced by 10%. Then bounty runes now spawn every 3 minutes in the respective jungle area. Total rune count reduced from 4. So now there's just 2 bounty runes. Bounty runes no longer disappear when new ones spawn. They now spawn alongside the previous one if it isn't picked up. Oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, 0 bounty runes spawn in the jungle and at the power rune locations. 4 so there is still 4 at the beginning. Okay. Hero assist gold now adjusted based on relative network distance between the two teams. For example, if your team is down 5,000 gold and the enemy has 50,000 total net worth, your assist gold will be worth 10% more. So there's like more comeback mechanics put into the game. Looks like. Okay, so this is like I feel like this is very like this is really like cutting down game times. It seems like I don't know if that's just me, but like trying to like make it so that people scale like quicker, and thus like shortening game time. I could be wrong. Like but that's what it seems like to me. So heroes now start the game with 1 TP scroll rather than 3. Heroes now gain 1 TP scroll on death. Okay, so if you die, you get a free TP. Interesting. But it's still... But you could still buy them, but the cost is now increased. Okay, so that's interesting. So there's like a less of a penalty if you die without a TP, because then you just get it back. But there's still some incentive to be able to teleport around the map and like help with things. Wow. Okay. This is a lot. This is like completely upending what I thought I knew about this game. Okay. So heroes with 1 turn rate now have 0.9 turn rate. Heroes with 0.5 turn rate now have 0.6 turn rate. Turn rate effects on turn time improved by 20%. Okay. Interesting. Aghanim Scepter. Roshan now requires you to activate it to consume it. It has no effect until consumed. Okay. Aghanim Shard now drops in the second Roshan kill, and only that one has same activation again. It's a separate drop. So now you can get her Ag Shard from, well, that's really good for like supports and stuff. So now you don't even have to, like, so if you're, I guess it's only 1, but if you have like a support or something maybe, or maybe like a carry that could really use it, you don't have to waste the money on buying the shard. You just kill Rosh. And then, like, so like if you have like a jug maybe, like, that's really cool. But now you have to activate the thing, so you can pass around the shard if you want. But it's interesting that you have to increasing building teleportation range from 575 to 800 requires TP scrolls and boots of travel. So you can teleport from farther away. I guess that makes it easier to defend stuff. Outpost teleport base channel time reduced from 6 to 5 seconds. Makes sense because it's a move now. Outpost vision reduced from 700 to 500. Okay. Captain's mode initial picking phase changed from first, second to first, second, first. Hoodwink has been added to Captain's mode. Oh, God. Okay, so they changed the picking phase now. So now it's... You get first pick, and then the other team gets second. Gets 2 picks, and then they pick again. Okay, interesting. So now it's going to be... The first pick team gets a hero, and then the second team gets 2 heroes, and then goes back. Okay. Yeah, pretty much, right? So now you get to respond to the second and third picks with the 4th pick. Interesting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can counter their entire first phase. So if you get first pick, like you basically just you do so much with that. You can do so much with it. That's insane. All right. Well, I guess that's good for that's notable for the pro scene, I guess. First pick, yeah, definitely, absolutely. That's terrifying. um, Couriers no longer have vision when inside Roshan Pit. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, that's fair, I guess. Wards can now be denied from full health by any allied player if the ward is placed. Okay, is this to prevent griefing? Yeah, I feel like the only reason this exists is to prevent your team from griefing you, so you can deward it. Ancient neutral creeps armor increased by 1, except for ancient golems. Okay, so making little tankier, I guess. Just if you really want to fuck Batrider, I guess. Neutral items now fly toward the. Oh my god. Toward the killing hero rather than spawning under the den. That's incredible. All right, so harder to steal neutral items now. That's really nice, and for people who forget to pick them up, that's really good. So I guess it's becoming more idiot proof. Hero ban count for matchmaking increased by 6. Still chance based. Okay. So now, wait. So now do you? Okay. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Does that mean like now 6? So like 6 more heroes, or is it now? Yeah. Interesting. So just like in normal. Buyback cost reduced from 200 plus net worth divided by 12 to 200 plus net worth divided by 13. So now it's cheaper to buy back. Yeah, so it really looks like they're trying to speed up the game a little bit, to me at least, which is interesting. So it's less punishing to buy back. Courier respawn time reduced from 60 plus 7 level to 60 plus 6 level. Interesting. It's a very okay. I guess less punishing again to lose your career. Backroom protection damage reduction increased from 40% to 50%. Well, that messes a lot with the rat heroes, I guess, and the necrobook heroes. I won't spoil that, but I've heard interesting things about that. Hero to hero on transfer range increased from 150 to 300. So now you can just like throw items at people from like double the distance. Interesting. Okay. That's a really interesting. I guess like I don't know. I don't know why they would do that, but interesting. Um, Tree respawn interval reduced from 5 to 3. So more trees. The trees just fucking. So now you gotta cut some more when you're pulling, I guess, with your coiling blade. The following abilities no longer destroy trees: Earth Splitter, Mortimer Kisses, Meteor Hammer, Magpire. Okay. Reduce the radius of tree destruction of the following abilities. Wow, so then you're just making trees like so you can't like clear out trees to like give yourself more vision because they're just gonna keep spawning back. A Wild Axe's Gust, Power Cogs, Vacuum, Fire Remnant, Relocate, Tethered, Blinding Light, Skewer, Doppelganger, Telekinesis, Fire Sniper, Spit Out, Spider Legs, Blast Off, Toss, Snowball, Power Shot, Will-O-Wisp. Interesting. Okay. Item updates. Okay, now we get into some nitty gritty stuff here. All right. Shared Tango is now expired after 40 seconds. Tango pooling has been removed from strategy phase. Oh. Okay. That's why. But why? Why are they really like they really are like coming back with the trees here? Timbersaw is going to be so angry. Okay, so like you have to like use it like very quickly then. So I guess I don't. Okay, this is really weird. Necronomicon. So they just took out Necrobook. Okay, so Lycan's fucked. Enigma probably gone just from that. Okay. Um, Satanic cooldown. Okay, so this is definitely above cooldown reduced from 35 to 25. Unholy Rage can no longer be dispelled. Okay, Unholy Rage now applies a basic dispel on cast. Yeah, I guess. Um, so I guess the idea is to make mid laners more self sufficient, maybe. I guess maybe now that they have the water rune, that maybe they've like it's not it's not as necessary. Could be. So Satanic now has a basic dispel, so they made Satanic a little bit more viable because they really screwed that. They really screwed that ability up, up a little more. So I'm guessing that's probably why, right? Is my guess, right? So, Battle Fury mana regen reduced from 3.25 to 2.75. Creep wave cleave damage. Wow, so that's just a straight nerf to Battle Fury. I don't know if that was necessary, but I mean, how much is like I don't know if it's really gonna the 10% cleave damage is a little ridiculous, but I was like that's an interesting item to offer. Okay, Meteor Hammer is getting a nerf. Stun duration reduced. And building damage per second. Oh, okay. So they're making it more push oriented, but they reduce the stun time. Okay. I don't think that's too bad. I feel like that's a net buff to be honest with you. Like I think like the minus 25 stun is like the building damage is I think is pretty decent. Oh well, okay. Well, there's a nerf to Abyssal Blade. No longer has a blink effect. Well, there goes that. So maybe Dawnbreaker is going to be making some waves here because she has a gap closer ability. Recipe cost now reduced. So it's 300 cheaper with a vitality boost. Okay. And it doesn't have a blink. It's now a melee, so you have to get up close. So, ooh, that's going to be really rough. Uh, I hope they nerf Puck because this is real. That's really sucky. Um, Tranquil Boots movement speed now reduced. Okay. They reduced the cast range on Yule Scepter. Okay, that makes sense. And same thing with Wind Waker. I feel like they could have nerfed Yules a little bit more than that. I don't know. But the cast range was pretty disgusting. Boots travel, slower movement speed. Same thing with boots travel too. Swift Blink no longer ignores movement speed limit. Okay, unfortunate. I still think it's going to be pretty strong, but that makes sense. Aether Lens cast range bonus reduced. And the same thing with Octarine Core. So they're trying to limit. So I guess they're trying to with these cast rangers. I guess they're trying to balance the like more trees and more like gank potential, and trying to cut down in the cast range that to be able to use these abilities. So you have to get up close. So there's still a chance for people who are getting ganks to kind of back off. Is my guess. Sentries are cheaper, but now there's less of a radius. Okay, interesting. Manta melee illusions incoming damage reduced. Okay. So they take less damage. Range illusions, incoming damage. Uh, for and cooldown for range heroes reduced from for 30 seconds melee. Okay, so I feel like this is very good for the illusion heroes. So Terrorblade, Naga. So anybody that builds Manta really being pretty decent on them. And now it's more viable on. I think they're trying to must be trying to balance. I'm assuming they nerf Sage and Yasha. Is my guess. More helmet very well, more armor. So armlet. So that definitely. So see what I'm saying with the position one Dawnbreaker. Like they buffed armlet. So like I feel like that's like a really so like I mean maybe oh actually Chaos Knight viable again maybe huh maybe satanic buffs I don't know that's maybe so maybe more strength cores becoming more viable. Um, energy booster cost reduction, vitality booster cost reduction. So that is not the nerf I expected on Heart, but okay. So it's like 600 gold more. Like I don't know. I feel like that's not enough of a nerf for Heart. Like, but okay. So I still think PL is probably going to be pretty gross this patch. Aether Lens a little bit more expensive. Uh, sorry. Yeah, disc recipe cost increased. Okay. Again, not the nerfs I was expecting. Like, I feel like this needs to be like there needs to be. Isn't it? They didn't get rid of the status resist on this. Okay, whatever. Um. Uh. Black BKB. Okay, so uh, this is interesting. So there's no longer a 10 charge. Now it just goes straight to 9, 8. So that's it doesn't go to 5, but um so that's kind of big. Now you only have a 6-second BKB, but it doesn't go down to 5, but you lose the 10-second charge. So I don't really know how that's gonna play out until I see, like a lot of these changes. Like I can't picture it in my head like before I see it. Clarity duration reduced. So then clarity just provides less mana. Okay, for some reason. They increased the cost of bottles, so that makes it harder for some people to get that. Mana regen reduced. Yeah, so they're really screwing with the mid laners this patch. Holy shit! I don't know why they're doing that, but whatever. Headdress now gives you HP regen. Okay, interesting. Ring of Bassi. It's a reduced region aura, and now it gives. So they're trying to compensate for the mana reduction items with providing. So rather than having like consumables, I guess they're trying to make it more region items. Interesting. Buckler now gives an armor, and the recipe cost is increased. Okay. There's a region aura on pipe. It's been increased. Mechanism has been increased. So they're trying. I guess trying to build a more aura. Or like I said, they're trying to fix a little bit with the aura items so that we're relying less on these consumables. Looks like interesting. Um. Vlad. So a lot of these like offlaner items. So like Bassi, headdress, mechanism, mech, veil, discord, Vlad's recipe and cross has been reduced. So yeah, so it's more viable. Um, Slightly more viable for to get for Vlad's. Um, Force staff regeneration replaced with fluffy hat. So you don't have regen, but you get more health. The recipe cost has been reduced. Overall cost has been increased slightly. Okay. Hurricane pipe now has 200 health. This is how that's okay. Interesting. Intelligence increased from 13 to 15. Okay. Diffusal blade. Mana break damage per mana burn increased 80% to 100%. So they said fuck Medusa. Mana break on melee illusions reduced from 16 to 12. Agility increased from 20 to 24. Intelligence increased from 10. Okay. So I'm thinking PL. I mean, he wasn't particularly bad before, but I think he's going to be very strong this patch already. Just from these changes. Definitely Naga. I think Naga will be pretty good. I don't know if you build the Diffusal Blade on Naga, but pretty good. Solar Crest recipe change to Medallion, Crown, Windlace, and a 900 gold recipe, so it's cheaper. Armor reduced from 8 to 6, all stats. Wow, okay, so they nerfed the shit out of Solar Crest. Shine active armor reduced from 8 to 6. Shine attack speed. Okay, so they just flat nerfed to Solar Crest. Armor's been super strong. Vanguard's better. Abyssal Blade block chance increase, so it's from the Vanguard. I still think Abyssal Blade was an unnecessary nerf. Crimson Guard is slightly better now. Okay, so I think they're trying to give offlaners like more shit than just push. Maybe is my guess. Try to bring back more of uh the aura offlaners. So like Underlord, Tide Hunter to an extent. Maybe Centaur. Sand King maybe. So stuff like that maybe. Slippers are cheaper. Gauntlet. So all these are cheaper. All this stuff to start off with. Bracer got a slight buff. Okay, maybe it'll be slightly more viable. Exchange. Okay, they just reduced the attack speed on Sange and Yasha. That's what you nerf. Everyone is buying this for status resistance, and you just decided to reduce the attack speed slightly. Okay, whatever. Massive buff for Kaya. Jesus. And Kaya Sange and Yasha and Kaya. Jeez. All right, so they said, okay, we're gonna screw the mid laners, but we'll also give them an insane amount of mana regen with the amplification. Dragonlance agility increased. Okay, a slight buff to that. So besides, so it doesn't give you any H. So the Hurricane Pump's not gonna give you any HP regen, but it's gonna give you more health. So maybe decent. Mechanism. Uh, this this is not the buff unit for this. This just does it makes it slightly cheaper. Why would you buy it? Um, Mechanism cheaper now. Okay, good. Blade Mail cheaper. Echo Saber gives you better strength now. Okay, interesting. What about Silver Edge? I guess we'll find out. Helm of the Dominator has been bounty reduced from renamed from Helm of the Dominator 2 to Helm of the Overlord and added to the shop UI as independent. You can now dominate up to 2 units. Okay, so they changed the amount of money you get from it, I think? Is that right? And now you can dominate 2 units for... That's pretty good. Interesting. So maybe this is going to be their replacement for the Necrobook? Or something along those lines. And you could just dominate 2 creeps as, like, carry Aya, maybe? I don't know. Shadow Blade, cooldown, Silver Edge, mana regen increase, and the intelligence bonus increase from 10. I don't know if that's enough to make it viable again, but okay. Guess you get more mana. Divine no longer provides True Strike. That's big. Okay. And its damage has gone up. Alright. Phantom Assassin coming back, anybody? Phantom, maybe? But they buffed proc change increase from 75% to 80% for the Monkey King bar. Okay. Chain lightning damage increase, static charge damage. So they just made Mjolnir better. Soul Ring is cheaper. Quelling Blade, slight nerf. Oh my god. Oh god. They just buff Witchblade. So poison attack now is True Strike. Oh god. Oh my god. I don't know if this is. I hope they nerf Puck. Jesus Christ. So intelligence based carries or carries or mid laners are going to be so strong. Invoker maybe will make a comeback if they haven't nerfed him, which I don't think. I think he needs some buffs to be honest. Shiva's Guard cooldown reduced. Urn of Shadows now gets less. Side device. Cooldown buff. Slight buff. Cast range increase for Veil. So again, with these like offlaners providing more like utility. Holy Locket, passive charge, regeneration time, reduce. Okay, so buff. Maybe we'll see more Holy Locket then, because we have not been seeing it a lot. Minimum damage threshold increase from 50 to 75. So that's a buff to the raindrops. It looks like to prevent burst. Wind Waker cooldown's been reduced. Dagon cast range has been scaled up quite a bit. So like 100 at each level. That's really nice, and they made it cheap. So burst mid laners coming back. Rod has been. Ados has been. So they buffed both Gleipnir and Rod, so they just make it so the projectiles being used quicker. So you can just really wreck some motherfuckers. Nice. Bloodthorn cheaper. Mango can be sold. Okay, yeah, that's was been annoying. And now dispelled by the fountain. So you can't smoke in fountain. Okay, you get to smoke outside of fountain. Okay. Royal Jelly no longer exists. Sorry for carries. Broom Handle got a buff. Oceanheart got a buff. Chip Vest also got a buff. So again, I think return damage. Okay, so this would be good for. I really think they're trying to give they're trying to buff a lot of these offlaners. They're like going in and like doing things rather than like the Necrobook offlaners that are just kind of like there and they just kind of throw shit at the enemy. So like maybe like Axe and like I said, Sand King earlier, like people that like offlaners don't want to like go in and like be in the fight or like starting to get like more buffs for these or items and stuff like that. Now in drops Enchanted Mango instead of a TP scroll. Interesting. Imclaw got a buff. Philosopher's Stone got a buff. Okay, good for the supports because they're going to be running around the friggin' map. People's Gift, Sucker Reactor buff. Grove Ball, magic resistance reduction. Ooh, so Grove Ball mid bear magic resist, so range carries. Gonna love this. Maybe Drow will make a comeback, or more Weaver. We've seen a lot of Weaver, IO Weaver, but maybe Weaver will be a little bit better. So we'll see. Bullwhip. They nerfed this. And slightly yeah, so slight nerfs to Bullwhip, looks like. Yeah, actually this mana regen is pretty significant. But the movement speed has been down a little bit. So it's still pretty decent, but not as good. Quicksilver Amulet, passive movement speed reduced, active movement speed, active attack speed increased. So it lowers movement speed, but the attack speed now is increased, and the attack animation is increased. Yeah, so I think they're going to be some more ranged cores making some maybe with the change to Hurricane Pike, maybe we'll see Drow, maybe, possibly. I think Weaver more likely, because of that intelligence buff to like Hurricane Pike and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know. You wouldn't really go Hurricane Pike on Weaver, but for Drow specifically. So and especially because she does throw out a lot of spells, so maybe we'll see. Mindbreaker silence in duration increased, and the cooldown has been reduced, so just buffs to Mindbreaker. They decided to buff Psychic Headband. Interesting. So more intelligence. Elven Tunic. Movement speed reduced from 8. Okay, so they nerfed slightly Elven Tunic. And they nerfed Spider Legs. Spider Legs is really good, so they probably need it. And now the Spell Lifesteal and Paladin Sword. Okay. So I feel like they really want to buff some of the range carries. Or carries that tend to use one of their spells. And the strength carries. Excuse me. Okay. How much longer do we have on these? And then the Hero Tick. Okay. Ooh. I'm just gonna scan real quick. Holy shit, there's a lot of changes. Okay. Sorry, I just need to get a drink out of this. Okay. Telescope. I needed to get nerfed. Absolutely, it was ridiculous. The casting in that. I don't think it's enough, honestly, but still. Illusion bonus damage reduced. Okay, so they nerfed illusions, gave a little bit to compensate for the buffs to the illusions. Spell Prism has been massively nerfed. It's disgusting. Flicker now always goes in a random forward direction with a random distance between 200 and 600. Okay, so more of a nerf. So now it's more predictable as to where it'll be. So that's I think that's an overall nerf to that ability. Leveler gets 5 armor, and the attack speed is now reduced. Okay, so the 5 armor is really nice. Late game, be really cool. So you can backpack, other neutral items. Ninja gear, get some agility from it, but your speed is reduced. Okay, so nice-ish for carries, or maybe like agility mid laners, like a Wind Ranger. Trickster Cloak no longer interrupts channeling abilities. Wow. Okay. Active can now be dispelled. Invisibility now provides phased movement. Now has a 2-second fade time. Okay. Interesting. So a little bit, it's kind of a nerf, but it doesn't interrupt channeling ability. Interesting. Pentad Sword, melee attack range increased. Maim chance increased. So buff to Pentad Sword. Alright. Ex Machina, better. Force Boots get better. More, they give me 30 plus HP. That's really good. Seer Stone reveal. Now, True Sight of the Destination reveal duration increase. Okay. So that just massive buff for that. Book of the Dead cooldown reduced from 90 to damage increase. Okay, so like, okay, interesting. So better that. So that's like another. That's like a. I have never seen this before because I never get to tier 5s, but this is like the pseudo necrobook thing. So yeah, it's just so the tier 5s all got buffed. All right, so some of the ones at least. Okay, I will be right back. I need to get a drink because I'm really thirsty. And I got my shot yesterday, so I have a feeling it's gonna hit me at some point. So I will be right back. Excuse me. Okay. I am back. My or else my thing's been in the way, kind of. Let me see if I can move it. Oh, better. Oh, okay, that's much better. Okay, cool. Sorry for not being able to see that, but all right. Hmm. Okay, so Abaddon got a health regen buff, and his cooldowns for Aphotic, for his shard upgrade for his cooldowns for Mystical and Aphotic Shield have been reduced. Mystical backswing reduced. So an overall slight nerf to Miscoil, and self damage is now 50% of the values instead of fixed numbers. Okay. Back shield, backswing. Mm. Better ags. Yeah, so nothing too crazy for Abaddon. Some little slight nerfs, but nothing insane. Um, gold cap, bonus gold cap reduced. Okay. I gotta level with you. The gold bonus to Alchemist is really good, but I do not think that this like a 3 gold difference between each level is gonna like why like I feel like acid spray is disgusting. Why is this the extent like that like a 3 gold difference isn't that big of a difference. I feel like that's not big of as much of a difference as we think it is. You know, so Alchemist is still probably gonna be in the matter. Mm. I guess of course with like I don't know that just feels not great. Um, AA buffs to the mana cost for Ice Vortex, and its cool, but its cooldown has been increased slightly. So it's now scaling, and Sipner reduces mana cost of Chilling Touch. Okay, so a little bit of buff for AA. Okay, I guess you're gonna need him for fucking Alchemist here. Anti Mage. Mm, excuse me. Rework Shard Upgrade now causes Blink to have 3 plus 3 range and recruits the cooldown by 2. So that's really nice. They rescaled the Mana Void cost, so it's better at level 6 now, but I still don't think you're going to be using it that much. Maybe. And it's a little bit more at higher levels. Mm. Fragment, Scepter, Illusion, Alcohol damage increase. So is okay, so any mage might be able to get stronger with some of the mana changes. It looks like. Now he has a max mana burn because of the change to his shards. Now it doesn't get the blink cast range. So that I mean, now you have to buy the range. I mean, that's not great. But I guess you're gonna be farming him as any mage anyway. But it just reduces your timings. Mm. But now there's a 1 second to the mana void's done. Okay, not terrible. Not bad. Um, sorry. Why does everything have to have one stream? Arc Warden. Shard. Okay, so buff this shard. That magic resist 20% more magic resist is crazy in the magic field. And slight nerve. So some nice shard buffs for Arc Warden. Don't know if it'll make him viable. I mean, but that magic resist is pretty insane. Let's see. Okay, attack point reduced. Simmons animation a little better. Scepter upgrade, cooldown reduction increased from 2 to 3. Shard now increases proc chance by 10%. Challenging. So a little bit, some little buffs for X. Nothing like crazy. Bane reworked. Shard upgrade causes Brain Sap to become a 550 target EOE spell. Secondary units heal for 25%. Okay. Interesting. No, it's the change your cooldown by 45 seconds and causes you to trigger 2 uncontrollable illusions. The channel freezing grip on the target. Illusion takes 100%. So there's 2 of them. And you reduce the Fiend's grip cooldown by 45 seconds. Okay, that might be pretty good. And it's like you have to kill the illusions first, but that actually seems pretty good. Backswing reduced on Princep. Attack damage reduction. Okay. A little bit of a nerf to the cooldown. Scaling, but. And the cast range reduction. This not scaling. So some overall like relatively decent buffs for Bane, but some semi nerfs. Bane's in a weird spot right now because he's just like a mana drain, you know, just sinking all this. But that I don't know that Phoenix etc. But like, how often are you gonna be able to buy it? That's the thing. Like, unless you rush it, because like you're gonna be playing Bane position to buy it, right? So, I mean, like, I don't know. Let's hope that we got some Bat Raider buffs. For your chart, now causes frame, we got 200 by sticky napalm charge him into. Okay, interesting. Backswing reduced, range reduced, debuff no longer stacks on all weaknesses, but instead adds to the duration. Okay. It doesn't stack, but it adds. Backswing reduced, damage per second increase, so now you do more damage than that. I don't know if that's what's really needed to fix Bat Rider, to be honest. What really killed him was the sticky napalm stuff. So, I mean, 20% magic resistance is pretty nice, though, but at level 20, and getting them more armor. So some buffs, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to bring him back. But it does probably make him more viable than he was. Alright, so Beastmaster got probably nerfed into the fucking ground here. Okay, got more base armor, okay. That Bomb Shard no longer grants free hawk control. Damn it! Ugh. Okay, well, there goes that. It has cast range, stun duration. Yeah, so no, I can target couriers. Now there's a 2-second stun, okay. Hawk Shard also lowers the cooldown. Okay, so you can. That's going to be weird. So, there's a lot more micro. I don't know if people are going to buy it, though. I'll be honest with you. Scepter now increases damage 40%, mana cost reduced. So, axes are a little bit better. Okay, movement speed duration. On the roar. Okay, so actually, like, so they had to buff him a little bit to offset the Necrobook being removed, but I don't think you're going to play this hero at all without Necrobook. To be completely honest with you. Greenhouse Beastmaster controlled units, I guess. Now there's more prime. Oh, the roar cooldown is interesting. Okay, this is weird. So what they're trying to do, it looks like, is that they're trying to make it so that they took out the Necrobook hero, like the Necrobook components, but trying to make the hero more viable without Necrobook. I don't know if that's gonna work, but interesting because there's some interesting stuff in here, like the damage and like the cooldown, the mana reduction, and like the cooldown and Primal Roar is like pretty nice, but you have to get to level 20, and like Beastmaster was more of an early game hero anyway, so I'm not sure. I gotta figure out what the fuck backswing is. Can you see it? Hold on a second. Uh, I don't know how can I make this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's just like I see what it is now. All right, I get it. All right, I got it. So it's like reduce the time that after you use it that you can like move. I see. Um, Now deals 10% of the target's current health as damage on cast. Okay. Damage reduced, but the damage that you get from it is reduced now, slightly. It's like you get more armor, and so just honestly just pretty big buffs to Bloodseeker. Maybe we'll some more Bloodseeker carry. So just some pretty like decent buff. Like, and this is a slight nerf, but the 10% of the current health as damage is like that's pretty sick actually. So like that'll be yeah. All right, that's pretty decent. Okay. Bounty Hunter, rework charge dog gives you 40% incoming damage while invisible. Attacking non-invisible stuns the target for 1 second, lowers cooldown by 5 seconds. Slow no longer pierces spell immunity. Okay. The slow on leaving Shadow Walk, I guess? Okay. Alright, nothing crazy, I guess. With the 40% reduced incoming damage while invisible. I mean, how often is that going to be? You're not going to be trying to be taking damage while you're invisible anyway, though, right? But the stun is nice for the second. 1 second stun. It makes you a little more of a. I guess, like, if we're looking for ganking fours in this new meta that's going to come out of this, Bounty Hunter might be getting picked more. Because he can sneak the fuck around like the little bastard he is. Okay, movement speed buffer, Brewmaster. Passive evasion. Okay, his evasion's been massively buffed. Looks like for the like at least up to the first couple levels of scaling. Primal split. Split time. So buff. Scaling buff. Ooh, shard buff for the astral remnant. Cast. Slow AoE. So just massive buffs for Brewmaster. So I think maybe we'll see more. I hope we see more Brewmaster because we got a lot of strength items buffed, and like if he's gonna be the one building all of these aura items, I think maybe we'll see more Brewmaster because these are some pretty. So they're just. I mean, a lot of it is buffing his ult, but like this passive evasion and stuff is really nice. And with the True Strike reduced from the Divine, makes him scale in the late game a little better. And some like nice just getting into fights. All right, I'm pretty good. All right, Brewmaster, really. Bristleback buff. Oh, so we're just stack damage. Okay, so they slightly nerfed the stack damage on Quill Spray, but they increased the base damage on it. Well, they made armor loss on the goo, and the scepter removes. Oh god. Okay, slight reduced mana regen. So some boss for alright, more tanky offlaners fucking running. It might be honestly, we might even see Bristleback carry. I mean, we've been seeing it a little bit more. but we might see some more of it because of I think that a lot of strength heroes are getting some buffs. So maybe either bristle offlane or maybe we'll the armor loss is pretty decent. It's not much, but like that's still pretty good. Okay. Uh. Okay. Broodmother has her agility increased by 4. Incapacitating bite has been removed. Spawn Spiderland debuffing duration increased from 5 to 20 seconds. The debuff stacks. Small instances of spiders will come out. So you can just keep spitting at somebody. We're sure now causes Signal Bolt to be a AoE spell and then choose to misrate 8. Okay. Can't run on it as fast. Okay. So Insatiable Hunger is now a basic ability. Mana cost. Oh, the Spawn Spiderlings is now an ultimate. Okay. Okay. That's. Oh, I feel like that takes away the whole purpose of this character. Ugh. Okay. Um. Mana cost. So they change. Okay. Mana cost is reduced. Damage reduced a lot because now it's not an ultimate. Lifesteal is scaled back a lot. Again. Okay. Cooldown reduced. Duration reduced. Okay. So now you could use the ultimate more often when it does less damage and it doesn't heal you as much. Now the ultimate, so you don't get to use your spiders until you. So it's like kind of the same thing, but now they do more damage, or the ability does more damage, and you can cast it from and it stacks. Is that my understanding? So like you can just like keep putting it on someone, and then more spiders come out. It does more damage. So like you just keep spitting at people. Okay, this is really super weird. Silken Boa is now a basic ability and no longer roots. So now so now it's like I see. All right. So now they just have this normally. It was a slow. What did she have before this though? I don't remember. It's just like a passive, like a I can't remember. Oh, it was the bite, the incapacitating bite. That was it. This is the 40% missing is like really decent. The 80% is even better. Like holy shit! Like against like auto attack cores, like that seems pretty strong. And there's a pretty decent cast range. Oh, and the cooldown's low. So Broodmother, we'll see. We'll see what. Maybe she'll be coming back in the mid lane a little more, less of a niche pick. Centaur, AoE increased. Double Edge, cast point has been reduced. Shard slow increased. Shard buff duration increased. Strength damage return increased. For Retaliate has been buffed. Cooldown reduced from Stampede. Damage has been slightly reduced before it gets to the next level. Scepter now increases duration. So some buffs for Centaur again. So this is what I'm talking about. Is we're getting a lot of these buffs to these strength heroes, and so maybe see more of him coming back. All right, Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight has good. Oh, backswing has been reduced very much so. Shard illusions now always last 6 seconds rather than the duration of the stun. Oh, okay. So we get 40% cooldown reduction to with 35. Yes, that. So they changed where the phantasm durations are, but I think we're going to see more Chaos Knight because of the changes to mana and the strength changes. So just Armlet Manta on Chaos Knight, that feels super strong. At least I think. And the changes to the illusions and stuff that is going to be really good. Okay, Chen, he got a little bit of a buff for his base mana. His heal from Hand of God has been buffed slightly. Divine Favor. The Shard is slightly better. Yeah, I don't think that's enough to bring Chen back because I think the but they do with the buff hand of God. That's level 20. Penitence deals 250 damage. Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like I don't know. I don't know if that's enough to bring him back. There's some nice changes, but nothing. I don't think there's anything earth shattering there. Okay. Clinks gets so strength change from 14 plus 2.2 to 16 plus 2. So he's looking a little more chunky. Um, mana cost has been increased to 70. Okay, well that's no scaling on that, so that's kind of gross. Shard skeleton duration reduced from 60 to 45-second nerf. Burning Army Circus spawn reduced in 7. Uh, okay, so they spawn quicker in the Burning Army. Scepter cooldown reduced. Yeah, I don't know. So he like slightly tankier, and they nerfed him pretty much. So unless you get the Scepter, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem like helpful. Yeah, well, Clinks is screwed. So no more Clinks. I mean, not that he was really being played before, but Clockwork, Jetpack, Shard, movement speed, Shard cooldown. I don't think this does literally anything. So the armor change is nice, and some little nice little buffs in the talents for Clockwork, but the Jetpack is I don't think it's good at all. So it's fun, but I don't think it really does anything. Crystal Maiden. Rework Shard now allows you to move, cast, and attack during freezing field. Your movement speed is reduced by 75% during this freezing field follows your movement. Interruptions and silences will still interrupt the spell. Okay. Alright, and then the cast range has been changed to Crystal Nova. Interesting. I that's I mean, it certainly makes it easier to you to position yourself in fights as Crystal Maiden. Holy shit. Wow, that's I mean, she was pretty decent before, but I feel like that's pretty nice. I mean, because I mean, if you're gonna buy the shard, like you might as well, right? Dark Seer, Ion Shell, damage interval increase, buff to Dark Seer, more, more aura building offlaners. Bring back Dark Seer. Um, damage increased slightly, so scaling damage is increased. Mana cost. Okay, the mana cost has been slightly increased by 10. Max of your health reduced. Vacuum has been slightly buffed. Backswing, shard, normal punch, shard, distance, max distance require reduced. Shard illusion outgoing damage increased from 80% to. Okay, so it does more damage now, and it takes less damage. So look, a lot of illusion stuff's getting buffed. Now you don't have more vacuum AoE, but you have 6 armor. Now you have more vacuum AoE to 10 at the 15. 12 talent change. Wall replica slow, do 30 second wall replica cooldown. Okay, that's pretty nice. All right, so some pretty decent stuff for our Darkseer, I think. Like, I think it's kind of going back to what I was saying before, though. So I think that there's going to be more strength core both. Strength offlaners, like aura based offlaners. Dark Will, slight health regen buff, cooldown reduce for Shadow Realm. With scaling, Bramble Maze, damage rescaled. Uh, so actually pretty decent damage buff for Bramble Maze. Excuse me. Slight reduction. So some reduction in the cast ranges for both that and Terrorize, and Shard reduces. So some little nice in the cast range. All of the cast range talents get removed, but Curse Crown AOE is a little better. Okay, so some more buffs. So yeah, so they're really trying to focus on these cast range stuff. That's like really what they've been like screwing with this patch. Um. Okay. Dazzle can turn faster. Cool. Rework Shard Upgrade now process Poison Touch to hex affected targets for, I don't know what that means, for 1.25 seconds. Level 15 increased from, okay, some more attack speed. Like making it more of a core then, I guess. Does first advantages immediately an impact with Poison Touch. Scepter heal increased from plus 60 to 100. Scepter damage increased from 80 to 100. Cast time improved, and the cooldown has been reduced on Shallow Grave. 15 challenge change from cast range to 20 feet heal and Shallow Grade end. So kind of like an Oracle, like Fortune's End or something like that, or not that. False Promise. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if it's enough. I just feel like I don't think it fixes the problems with Dazzle. I think it makes him slightly more like less mediocre than he was. I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but that's my opinion. All right, here come the Death Prophet mega fucking nerfs. Attack point reduced by 0.6. Base damage reduced by a fuck ton. Movement speed reduced by 15. Rework Shard, increase Spirit Shard, Siphon Shard number 1, and cause enemies to be feared for 2 seconds if they are siphoned for. What the fuck is this? Why does it. Why? Why? You just channeling on 5 heroes and fear them for 2 seconds? If you can stay on them? Why? Why? I mean, her landing stage is slightly worse now with the damage, but like, and the movement speed, but like, I guess now that the movement speed is increased, it's gonna be harder to do this. But like, this still seems like really stupid. I mean, are you gonna buy it? Maybe not. But and Crypt Swarm is the backswing has been reduced, and you get 6% movement speed anyway at level 15. I don't. It doesn't seem. Am I dumb? Am I reading this wrong? Is that I think Death Prophet needed a bigger nerf than this, to be honest with you. I mean, I guess like now having to buy this shard now, I don't know. I mean, some nerfs. I mean, this stuff is pretty good. Like to nerf, I guess. So now her landing stage is less good. I think maybe that's where she needed to get hit more, but I don't know. Okay. Oh boy. Disruptor. Shard radius increased. Shard and cross increase rate really only allies. Okay. Shard allied bonus duration increase. So some buffs for the shard for Disruptor. Glimpse cooldown. Okay, so some slight buffs to for the cooldown for earlier levels on Glimpse. So nice. That's pretty good. Static storm duration buff for the chance. You get damage and arrival for the Glimpse. Nice. 20 challenges connect for kilograms. True sight. Well, that's bad. I don't like that change, but whatever. Connect field duration. That's a pretty decent. All right, so some. Yeah, so some overall buffs, like it's just some changes that I don't think are that amazing. Um, but yeah, it's some little buffs. Like I think this glimpse block is pretty nice, so it makes him a little more viable early game. I think that True Sight was nice, but this is also pretty decent. Okay. Doom. Let's see what they do. Okay, so Doom has 3 base armor now, which is nice. His base attack damage has been increased slightly, and his attack time has been improved slightly. Okay, Devour, no rolling across house, region backswing reduced. Cold bonus increased. I gotta check this backswing thing one more time because I want to make sure that's like a. Is that a positive change or a negative change? Okay. So it is a buff. The backswing reduce. Okay. Um, gold, and you get more gold from it now. Okay, nice. So they're reducing all of the animation times in the backswings. Doom no longer reduces. Wow, that's unfortunate. But it also increases the duration by 6 seconds. So that's good. So it was some pretty decent buffs for Doom. Nothing crazy. Um, magic resistance. I guess, I guess you're going to be going for the. I mean, the 6 seconds is pretty nice for Doom. Just makes it easier to find time to go kill somebody. 2 second Doom duration, 12% languages. Talents change from or its movement speed to some more damage from it, but no less movement speed. I don't know. I don't think that's like I don't like that change necessarily. The 12% magic resistance is pretty nice though. I just think magic resistance as a talent is like really because like the only really way you can get it is from pipe or BKB, right? So like having it like innately built into your kit is like pretty nice. I think even if it's just 12%. Um, no, it's less damage now. There's more scores with cooldown. So now you can devour ancients at level 15. No, they brought that back. I guess they took it. I think they took it away last patch. Level 20 talent change from Devour can target ancients to 15% Scorched Earth movement speed. Okay, so now you get the movement speed back at level 20. Oh, they changed it. Oh, okay. I don't play Doom a lot. My apologies. All right, so Doom, pretty. The armor is really nice. This is really nice because that's why he was so off before because of this. But the Devour providing health regen is kind of meh, but I guess you get more gold from it. So I guess he'll probably still be in his like position 2 role maybe to get more gold. Okay. Dragonite Fireball. Shard can now be used in melee form. Has 600 cast rate when used that way compared to 400 in the Dragon. Okay, interesting. Dragon Tail mana cost. Oh, they buff Dragonite because of the anime. Mana cost was reduced. So it's just scales now rather. Cooldown increased from 12. Okay, so then it's a little slight more cooldown, like 1 second. It's 4 second difference for the first 2 levels though. Okay, or 3 seconds rather. Well, 4, 3, 2, and then 1 second difference. Okay, and it does more damage. Oh, okay. And more fire, less mana regen, more. Okay, I don't know about that. I feel like he needs the regen, like early, at least at early levels, because you're going to be casting your spells a lot. Slightly. More Dragon Tail Stun. I don't think this is good at all. Like, it's fine, I guess, but like the cooldown reduction is really what you want, right? But I guess everyone's taking that. It's a Dragon Blood to 12. Dragon Blood Armor and Regenerate 12 plus. Okay, interesting. The armor is really good. AoE Dragon Tail. AoE Dragon Tail. Ooh, interesting. Okay, but that's a hard choice actually. But I think the armor's better. So nothing too incredibly crazy about Dragonite. Some of these talent changes are a little weird. I don't like this one. This is nice. And the stun is nice, but this one is kind of dumb. But attack point, Dry Ranger attack faster. Shard burst slow increase. Shard now affects. Oh god. Okay. Mana cost reduced. So just some like overall buffs Drow. Okay. With the changes to Hurricane Bike, maybe we'll see more Drow come back. But at the same time, like we're also having a lot of ganking heroes, so maybe not. She still has a problem with escaping and stuff like that. So. Okay. Okay. Oof. Sorry, I'm getting tired. Earth Spirit, Boulder Smash, Stone Slow reduced from 60% to 50%. Remnant Pull Speed reduced from 1,900, same as Boulder Smash. Okay. Vintage Radius, relevant definitely. Enchant Remnant Scepter, damage increased. The Scepter damage got buffed a little bit, distance reduced from Rolling Boulder. So just some pretty. There's more damage, but a lot of there's been probably some overall buffs for Earth Spirit. Or nerf, excuse me. Oh, the talons are a little better. So you can roll for less distance, and but so it's a little the speed is a little lower, same as Water Smash. So some nerfs. I don't know if it's enough to make him unviable again, but some probably overall nerfs is what I would say for Earth Spirit. Earthshaker no longer has True Strike, no longer gets consumed with the attack. This is interesting. Scepter leap range reduced. Scepter now provides 40% cleave with enchanted on above. Okay. Armor. Okay. So that this part is nice. I don't know if it's enough to bring him back into the meta right now, but 40% cleave is interesting. That's incredible. And I guess they get more armor. Cooldown increased on Earth Splitter and delay is less now. And the mana cost increased for Echo Stomp. So some slight nerfs to Elder Titan. He's been making some waves in the Chinese region, so might make sense. Still don't think he's too bad. Ever Spirit, backswing reduced in the strength change, backswing reduced on the Flame Guard, duration increase in the Flame Guard. It's just some Buster Ember Spirit. So far, Sword provides you with a charge when killing enemy heroes rather than spawning a Fire Remnant, except in the case where you die. Okay. Cast range reduced, Scepter cast range reduced. So they reduced it on the Fire Remnant. And so some slight buffs on like some of the animations of Ember Spirit. And there's a little upgrade to Flame Guard. So nothing too crazy. I think he's still pretty decent. So just a little and some slight nerfs, but I don't think it's too crazy. It does make it harder to use your Remnant though, so that is pretty rough actually. But still, like I think he's still gonna be okay. But it makes sense why they do it with the changes to the map. Buffs to Enchantress, attack speed slows increased a lot by 20 level. Just straight up 8 Nature's Attendants, heal per wisp rescaled. So it's lower at your lower levels, but higher at your higher levels makes sense. And duration is increased. So some like pretty like some overall buffs for I think in general for Enchantress. So good for her. She'll be. I don't know if that was necessary. Like I feel like she was like pretty prevalent with Beastmaster being strong, but now that they took out Necrobook, I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know if she needed the buff, to be honest. I guess like you kind of pick her to be a lane dominator, and so I guess this is to make her scale a little bit better. Because she was just kind of you kind of just put her in the win lane, and then you just kind of did whatever. Enigma, demonic conversion and cooldown has been massively increased at first level, so now you can't deny increases as much. Okay, that was probably needed. That's honestly that was probably the only nerf you really need to do. But I don't think people are going to play him as much anymore because of the nerfs to Necrobook. So maybe you play him as a 5 now, maybe not as much as an offlaner, or maybe you change the way you play him as an offlaner. Maybe you buy more aura items and stuff like that. instead of how people usually play them. How's my we're still okay. Just trying to make sure people could see me. Okay. Looks like faceless. We got a lot of changes. Okay. Base armor increased. Backswing reduced. Now does. Ooh, interesting. To yourself or to everybody else? Cooldown reduced. I'm assuming it's to everybody else. Duration reduced. Cooldown slow reduced. Mana cost ratio. Okay. Damage increased. Backswing radius increased. Cast range reduced. Cast range. Shard. Return ability now has its own hotkey. Okay. So now he gets 9 strength. Total damage to 7 plus agility. Nice scaling, I guess. Yeah. Time walk, cast range, 2-3 health. I don't know. I don't think some of the damage is nice, but and the radius change is nice. I don't think any of this will change the fact that he's kind of dumpstered right now. I don't know. Well, maybe because the Necrobook's going, he doesn't do well against like pushing lineups because he's got one big ult, and you don't really want to fight when you don't have it up. Maybe now that that's gone, maybe they'll make a comeback, but I don't know. Oh god, what did they do? Hoodwink. Okay. Grimstroke. Reworked. Sure upgrade causes Ink Swell to deal 50% more damage and heal the target for 50% of the damage Ink Swell deals. Okay, nice. Of course, the target will a strong dispel. Ooh, okay, that's very nice. Damage per second increased 6, 14, 22 to 30 to 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. So now just more damage from Phantom's Embrace. Soulbind, Latching, Greatest increased. Okay, so just overall buffs to Grimstroke. Cast range gets they've just been reducing a lot of cast range and all these and more damage for the DPS defenders. So just pretty much overall buffs to Grimstroke. Okay, so maybe we'll see some more. Maybe mid Grim will be more prevalent because of these damage increases. But or just I think Grim in general. I don't think he's been particularly bad, but I think he'll be making some more. Some nice buffs. Dark Capture Flak Cannon, tech count increased. You get more flak, cooldown increased. From 18 to okay. Nothing will change for Dark Raptor. I still think he's not great. Okay, now our Hoodwink has an Atom Sector, grants new active ability Hunter's Boomerang, causes a boomerang in an arc at the target enemy contact, returns to Hoodwink. The boomerang will deal 350 damage as it passes through or hits enemies. By Hunter's Mark that causes affected enemies to be slow by 20%, take 25% more spell damage. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That feels really good. Mid Hoodwink, is that what I'm saying? Grants new active ability, a lot of new active abilities for this hero, Jesus. Decoy. Hoodwink since Dukio was scurried to target location and the attacker hit by trigger is destroyed and plants a tree in its place. That applies a lesser bushwhack to enemy heroes around it. Illusion lasts 12 seconds. Okay. Interesting. So this freaking micro hero is hell. Acorn Shot, bonus damage rework from 100% to plus 20, 40. Oh, okay, so this deals less damage for Acorn Shot. Issues. Projectile uses retractors, projectile speed half for bounces. Plant trees and longer considered special for tango usage. Okay. You just planted acorns for tango, interesting. But now be placing auto cast to always use ground targeting. Okay. Radius for bushwhack. Decrease. Damage decrease. Yeah, so nerf. Stun duration up a little bit. Fix units dying during bushwhack. Sometimes destroying trees and bring out things with bushwhack. Okay, good. Scurry, attack, speed. nerf. Charge punch time. So a little slight. But now this does a lot less damage now. Okay. Slight. Actually, not much less, but minimum power level 20% scales on over there. Mana cost rescaled. Movement slow reduced. Max debuff. Narrows grants vision along the site. Okay. So some mostly nerfs for her to make. She was pretty strong. These feel. I mean, this one less so, but the scepter feels super strong. Oh god, what did I do? So, yeah, I don't know. I think we're still season hoodwinked. Let's see. Huskar strength gain increased from 3.2 to 3.4. Okay. Knockback duration increased from 0.6 to 1. Nice. Shard upgrade can now be cast while disabled. Costs reduce from 4% of current health to 3%. Okay. Some buffs for Huskar. I don't know if it's enough to make him viable again. But okay. But I guess you can pop interfere while you're disabled, but it doesn't remove the disable. That's pretty good. But you need the shard for that. I guess if you're gonna be, I don't know, interesting. I think I mean some nice. I don't know if it'll help, but I mean, granted, with the armlet buffs, Huskar, maybe I don't know, but it drains his health slower. But still, huh? Maybe, maybe we'll see. Invoker. Rework shard upgrade causes 2 extra chaos meters to land on the primary cast at slight angles, reduces cooldown 50 seconds. Okay. Quas regen reduced by a lot. Jesus. Now provides 2 strength per level. Invoker does not have attribute levels. Okay. Okay. Damage reduced, but now it gives you stats. Weird. How the hell is that? Is that good or? So now you're I see. So now you're not. So they changed. So is it so they because they had to change it because of the being able to buff to level up your attributes, I guess. So now you just what the fuck? I gotta look at this hero page now. Okay, so you can't. So you're just gonna be able to scale consistently. So I guess he scales better now into the late game, right? But I mean, I feel like everyone's just gonna be freaking playing Exhort Invoker now, right? Because you're just infinitely scaling with the damage, right? Like that seems like pretty strong actually. And with the Witchblade buffs, I don't know. That seems like pretty good. I mean, like you're doing less damage now, but like now you're scaling better with the intelligence from the other ones, right? Am I crazy? Like I don't know. That seems like pretty decent. I don't know. Like I feel like he needed a buff, right? Or like not maybe not a buff, but like something better because he wasn't seeing that much play. So maybe this will be pretty good. Okay. Io, I'm assuming got nerfed. Level 25 attack count now only attacks if Io is capable of attacking, not once time to turn. Okay. Needed. Casual range tether no longer unlocks max move speed. Right, fair. So now you can't do the Weaver Io combination. But I mean, it's core Io we're worried about. Shard now stuns upon connecting with a tether rather than on tether break. Does not affect the same unit more than once every 7 seconds. That feels pretty decent, actually pretty good. But Spirit's Magnus is reduced, less range, collision damage reduced. So that just is less damage. Okay, so that was needed. So he's dealing less magic damage, but I don't think these. I mean, I don't know if this is like. I feel like the problems was with the buffs to the Helm of the Dominator. Like, I don't know if this. I feel like he's still gonna be like pretty strong. IO carry. I don't know. I feel like you're still gonna have to ban him out. and this shard actually is a buff. But I mean, this magic damage being lower now is like a good change. But like, I don't know. Like, I feel like some of these buffs are like these nerfs are not what they need to be. Okay, so I think we'll still see some IO hanging around. Okay, let's see. Jakiro and agility increased from 10 to 15. Wow, okay. Delay between waves increased from 0.3 to 0.2. Shard now also stuns. Target sensitivity for 0.6 seconds. Shard slow reduced from 30%. Okay. Just stunned for them to make it a little bit better. They're looking for. I wasn't really picked that much more. Scepter lower increases damage. Unfortunate. Now causes it to be pure damage and pure spell immunity. Oh, okay. You love to see that. Make it somewhat more viable. Because, like, yeah, it's good, but, like, it doesn't. It's not that big a deal. So this is nice. Pure damage is pretty nice for. Ice Bath cooldown to look a fire attack quick. Okay. Just spit fire people push lanes quicker. 15 challenge change from the deal damage to more health, so tank up a little bit. Now the ice path is at level 20. Level 20 talent changed from the range to more damage for the Magnifier. That's probably why they changed it. Magnifier pure and pierces immunity to 2 times dual breath damage and range. Okay. And ice path duration to ice path cooldown. Okay. So some like relative buffs to Jakiro. Okay. I like it. I think we can see more Jakiro. Omni Slash now provides spell immunity. Okay. Did it not before? So, okay. So some slight nerfs. I mean, I feel like, I guess maybe like if you were like getting like, I don't know, what would this affect though? I don't know. Okay, so there's some like pretty like I don't think I'm not like I think Jug will still be fine after this, if not better with this moment. Keeper of Light. I'm expecting some nerfs here. How much longer we got? We still got a decent amount to go. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna turn my light on. Base strength increased. Okay, so the more health. Or now grants you recall during spirit form. Spirit form no longer grants you. Okay, so now you have to get the shard in order to recall. Well, okay, so that's a big change. Now causes Illuminate to heal for 30, 40, 50% of his damage. Okay, that's fine, but yeah, that pretty much. Yeah, so now you have to get the shard on key. I mean, granted though, like if you're gonna be farming a lot on coddles, so like I mean, I feel like I do feel as if that you still are gonna be able to do this. You know, I think because you're gonna be farming, you're gonna be pushing out waves so much. You know, so yeah, you get 2 soul. That's pretty nice. The 2 soul bar changes. Change from blinding light cooldown to 4 seconds. Chakra magic cooldown. Chakra magic dispels. Oh, that's really cool. So now there's at the 15th. So these are some pretty interesting talent changes. Okay. I think this is rough. This is a rough nerf. But I think if you're farming enough, you're playing the hero right. I think you could. I feel like not much is able to change. because I mean I think I well actually no now I'm saying it because now you don't get the recall for 20 minutes of the game, so that's pretty rough. So like if you're picking this, you have to be like willing to go like past 20 minutes, I guess. So I don't know. Okay. So I'm just chewing some gum. Okay. Now Conker got some pretty big excursion. His agility gain is increased by 0.3. Torrent has a reduced cast range, so that's important. Yeah, I guess that prevents like stupid gang shot from those like map changes. Shard now causes effective units to be able to attack for the pull duration. Unable to attack. Okay. Now search 900 units behind you instead of 600. Shard cooldown reduced. So some like overall buff to it. That's nice to be able to unattack. It's really nice. Like you just like stop people in their tracks for a little bit. Now Torn has a better stays in the air for longer. Now has 14 strength change. Timer 70% timer and cleave. There's a slight nerf to his overall strength if you're picking that talent. But you get to cleave and you get timer and cooldown. Okay, so the talents are a little bit of a nerf, like it seems to me. But you get some nice stat increases, and the tidal wave stuff is really nice for the shard. If you're getting that. Like this unable to attack is really nice. So I think Conker will be pretty decent. And actually he'll probably be, if illusion heroes are coming back in this meta, I think Conker will probably pick more because the Tidebringer is like really good in this illusion hero. Kind of think that's probably why they mess with Earthshaker a little bit because he's also pretty good in this hero. Okay. Legendary Warwick Shark causes Prestige attack to apply spell immunity. Well, that's really nice. Overwhelming odds is raise increase. Scepter no longer grants spell immunity. Well, because now you have the shard that does it, which is nice. Third damage immunity from non-dual participants changed from 100% to 50%. So they nerfed the dual one a little bit. It has less scepter stuff, but do you usually buy scepter on Legion anyway? That's something I see often, but the shard seems pretty nice. The spell immunity, it's like I mean, you have to buy it, but it's like you get you basically get like a life stealer, like Unholy Rage, basically. A little bit worse, but you get more overwhelming odds damage per hero. Okay, less track. Angst reduce. Better pulse number. Sure, pulse count increase. So no more 12 strength. So he's a little bit less tanky. He's a level 15. 30% magic resistance. So, Leshrac gets some slight buffs, actually. Nice. Don't think he needed them, but Leshrac, always good to see Leshrac. The angry horse running around. Okay. Did they change life? Probably. Oh, okay. Which mana cost reduction, primary target damage reduced. I can understand the area damage increase, so it's better for. So they made it better for doing damage in area, but not on the primary target. Chin Frost, slight mana cost increase. Ice Spire Shard, health increase. So they buffed the shard. Okay, so I don't think that changes much. I mean, if you play Lich, you might get some more. Pick up the shard. Like these are pretty nice changes. The shard slow is really nice. And this is actually, the damage reduction is really nice too. But again, nothing too crazy, nothing. Unless your base base damage reduced by 3. Okay, so they nerf his damage. But Feast now does 1 point. Wow. So you do a target of max health is damage. Oh, again, I guess with the armlet pickup, then Lifestealer probably might make a comeback. That's pretty disgusting, actually. So you just keep freaking hitting people as these are max health, not just their current health, they're max health. So if you like take this at level 1, you just start like slapping people, and they take a lot. They'll take a lot, like especially on like higher like strength heroes. Like that might be pretty good. Open wounds shard also causes all hero attacks on the target to deal 2% of the target's max health as damage. Shard cooldown reduced from okay, so they made the shard a little better, so now open wounds can all hero attacks on the target. So now this shard actually, so now all of your friends now are dealing 2% of the target's maximum health as their damage. That's actually kind of insane. All hero attack, not just you, all hero attacks. I guess the problem being is that Lifestealer still has to catch up to people, which is a little hard. You can get kited pretty easily. But that might be why Rider could make a comeback if Lifestealer. But it makes sense why they reduce his base damage, because this is actually pretty good. I think at least. That seems like, I mean, whether it works in practice is up to the eye of the beholder, but the Scepter hero duration increase, and the cooldown's been increased. So Infest is slightly buffed for the Scepter. Oh, and so now you can get more movement speed to be able to chase people around, so that's pretty nice. And you can get more health at level 15. And the slow is great. So actually, Lifestealer I think gets a pretty overall net buff here. I think this and I think this shard are super good. Like that a max health, like that skill that's really good against tanky heroes. So, and especially because a lot of them are getting buffs, I think this is really good. I think Lifestealer is doing, that's actually pretty nice. Okay. So we got some buffs for Lena here. Damage increase by like 10, 20, 30. Okay. Shard now removes the delay before damage is dealt. Alright. Oh, so now just instant damage. Okay, for the shard. Shard cast range bonus increase. Okay. So some buffs too. That shard is actually pretty nice. If you remove the delay, you just insta like 1 to 0, like or 0 or something. Then you have so you can push waves quicker here. And the Laguna Blade cooldown is really nice. You just start blasting people. Okay, so like pretty nice. Nothing like too crazy, but still pretty decent. Okay. Now the shard for Lane causes mana drain to affect up to 3 enemies. You become spell immune while channeling. Nice. Okay. Cooldown rescale. So yeah, I think Lions still be pretty decent. Unless if they get rid of Puck, then they nerf the crap out of Puck, then this doesn't really matter much. So now mana drain slow. That's pretty rough to lose that. Don't think this does literally anything. And talent change from mana drain restore. I mean, this is like, I guess this would be good with like a Storm Spirit or something like that. But like, I feel like once you get to be that level, man, it stops becoming an issue. You know what I mean? Like it's like, except for Storm Spirit, like it might be pretty decent against Storm Spirit, but how often are you gonna be getting there? That's the thing. Okay, so some pretty much just some nerfs. I don't think Yeah, I don't think it changed. I don't think it changed too much of what he was used for, though. So I feel like if Puck is out of the meta, though, I don't think we're going to be seeing much of him. Okay. Let us see. Lone Druid. So his range attack time has been improved slightly. Shard gets a basic dispel on you and the Spirit Bearer, so that's pretty good. And also causes the Roar Hammer at both locations, regardless of the casting state on the other side. So you just can't get interrupted, I guess, if you are able to cast it. Okay. Some little buffs for Lone Druid. This basic dispel is pretty nice though. So if you're gonna buy the shard, and Lone Druid tends to farm a lot. So Lena, okay, cast line reduced. Shard no longer increases the stun duration. Shard no longer provides you with movement speed. Shard now releases an attack at up to 2 random targets within 500 radius from the target location. These attacks bounce like glaives normally do, lowers mana cost. Oh boy. Do they still stun? Because if it does, that's like pretty decent. That's like pretty good. It's still a lot of damage. And if you upgrade it, oh boy. So they bounce like glaives normally do. That's that Luna carry coming back. It's like I said, range carries and a Manta Buyer as well. Oh my god, bouncing! Oh boy, bouncing Manta illusions that deal less damage. Oh my god, that actually might be like pretty disgusting. If you get the shard on Luna, oh my god. Okay, what did they do to Lycan? I doubt he'll get picked because Necrobook is gone, but we'll see. So it increases agility gain. The attack backswing has been reduced. So he attacks a little bit faster. Maybe they're trying to make him more of a carry. Maybe that's the idea. Without needing to rely on Lycanroc. Mana cost reduced. Okay, so they were just getting bonus damage. So you get like an increase in on the bonus damage. Transformation time reduced. It takes more or less time. His movement speed has been reduced. Duration has been increased. Now his increases Lycan's health by. So they're trying to make him to be more of a traditional carry now. Because they took it's the same deal I think with Beastmasters that they took out Necrobook, but they compensated for it by buffing out some of the other aspects of the hero to make it so that they just didn't rely on that. Like by making Savage Roar have like a lot less cooldown if you get the talents. I think this is like a Malgrand shaped to the target only, rather than the target and the units it controls, can now target creep-like heroes like Spirit Bear and Golem. Okay. Spirit Bear with Wolf Bite? Oh my god. It actually might not be a terrible combination there. So he gets some buffs, so it makes him a little bit better. So he might be able to, so I think this attack backswing maybe allows him to attack a little bit quicker so that he's not completely useless when he's not in shapeshift. And the duration has been increased by 6 seconds, so he can fight a little longer. So maybe he'll stick around because he got these buffs without the Necrobook. But I don't know. I feel like the reason he was popular is because he was a Necrobook buyer. So I don't know. So he gets buffs, right? Slightly, and the slight nerf to the movement speed. I feel like the movement speed does hurt a little bit. So I don't know. I don't think we're gonna see any more Lycan because of the Necrobook taken away, but it's possible that these changes might make him a little bit stronger. Okay. Magnus. Okay. He could use some buffs here. Empower damage increase. By a decent amount. Okay. Mana cost reduced for Shockwave. Okay. Damage increased from the Skewer. Okay. Slows down a little bit. And so they're just reducing all of the mana costs and stuff. Shard landing, stun duration. Try to make that more viable. Don't know if that'll help you. Okay, so just like kind of like mostly buffs here. Just like the damage and stuff. So that might help a little bit. And the power damage is really useful, especially it might just coming in counter your hero. Increased chocolate buffs, just all buffs for Magnus. Okay, so maybe Magnus will again. I kind of like he's kind of like one of those like go in and like mess shit up offlaner, so he might be making a comeback as well. And its mana cost reduction is like pretty huge at like level 6, so you can really make plays with that, especially because he likes to gank. Okay, Mars intelligence gain a little more. Agility gain has been reduced. Damage versus heroes has been reduced from 35, so now it scales. Bulwark, separate attack slows increased from 30%. Okay. So now the active structure is better. And you get less damage in Arena of Blood. That's actually a lot less pretty good. Like 30 less damage. But also get some. Actually, get some buffs to his talents. So God's Rebuke getting nerfed probably doesn't. It's incredible, but I don't think. I honestly don't think this nerf is enough to see him get like completely taken out of the meta. Like I still think he does like what you need to do. This does hurt a little bit though. I will say. But I still think he's like I don't think he's been broken though. Like he's still a strong hero, but I don't think he is like broken like completely. Medusa base HP regen increased from 0 to 0.25. Intelligence gain reduced from 4 to 3.6, so she dazzles mana. Mana Shield now passively provides 100, 500. So you get more mana with the Mana Shield. Their stone duration or scale for bounce. So this hurts a bit for Medusa, especially because she needs her mana. This is pretty nice. So kind of to compensate for the buffs to the Abyssal Blade. I still don't think we'll see that much of her because of those Abyssal Blade buffs. I think it'll still knock her out maybe a little bit. Meepo. God, I'm getting my 7,000 texts. Let's see. Collision size reduced from 24 to 8, so we're smaller now. Reworked Shard now allows you to poof to allies within a max range of 2,000 when directly target. Ooh, that's pretty. So like pseudo global poof. That's like pretty cool. I like that. Radius increased from 375 to 400. Damage reduced by 10 at each level. Dig Scepter duration increased from 3.5 to 4. Scepter health restored increased from 25% to 40%. So lots of Meepo buffs, it looks like. Besides the damage nerf, which isn't that big a deal, looks like. Talent increased from 15 plus 15 damage to 20% to plus 20 base damage. Okay. Talent change 35 poof damage to 50. Alright, so some pretty like decent Meepo buffs. Do you get? I don't. What the hell do you buy on Meepo? I don't even know. E-Blade isn't it? You buy E-Blade and Meepo? I don't know what you are on Meepo. So I don't know what makes Meepo look good. but I feel like that feels pretty good for Meepo. I don't see him enough to know how that hero works. Um. Okay. I'm assuming Monkey King nerfs base health regen reduced. Yep, by 0.5. Wukong's command are fixed to no longer ignore their attack cooldown when they miss. Okay, so when they miss, they swing. What? Sorry. Tree dance, ground to tree range reduced. Okay, so harder to get to the tree. Cash range reduced for boundless. So it's a little shorter. Scepter soldiers no longer attack Roshan. Okay, well that's now. Oh, Scepter soldiers now die when Monkey King dies. Okay, well this is rough. Makes it, yeah. So you definitely. I mean, it's still good. Um, this also hurts a little bit. I mean, that's stupid though that they ignore their attack cooldown. This hurts a little bit. I still think he's like still like pretty decently viable. Like it's still he's still a good hero, but it you know this is pretty rough as well. So it makes it harder to take Roche. I mean, you still hit pretty hard, but it just it delays your timings a lot. Now the tree's cast range is decrease. Uh, Level 20 talent change from plus 350 primal spring damage to minus 7 second. Uh, Level 20 talent change from plus 250 primal spring damage to minus 7 balance cooldown. Okay, that's pretty nice. Level 25 talent change from plus 200 armor Wukong's command to 0 cooldown primal spring. Okay. Interesting. This is absolutely absurd. So, um, I guess that's better. I mean, it's a nerf definitely. Like this is like fine, but like I guess how long are you gonna be? How much are you gonna be using that ability? You know, at later levels, just kind of hopping around, I guess. But mm, okay, so probably yeah, pretty much just nerfs to Monkey King. I think he'll be somewhat viable, but less dominant as he was before. I think, really, like he'll still. I think he's still decent, but I don't think he'll be as like valuable as he. I don't think he'll be like second picked, like PSGLGD was doing at the major. Okay, we're chugging along, people. We're chugging along. Morphling says, okay, Morphling. Intelligence increase from 15 plus 1.5 to 19 plus 1.8. Mm, okay. I'm hoping for some more nurse remodeling. Attribute shift now has 10 Oh, God. Oh, God. That real. Oh, that's just dumpstered this hero. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty necessary, but holy shit, that's. I mean, he has like better mana now because of the intelligence, but 10 mana cost per second. Oh god, that's pretty rough. So like, yeah, attribute shift interval rescaled. Well, I guess. Well, now I guess you're if you're shifting quicker, I guess it's like worse. But like, I'd still that's pretty disgusting. When the action strike has they reduced the mana cost, and no longer removes his freaking shark cooldown. Adaptive Strike Shard increases stun duration by 1 second. God, people still taking me. God, everyone keeps texting me, but it's not me. It's like tangentially related to me. Second turn cooldown. Okay, good to know. Okay. Waveform mana cost. Yeah, so they've been reducing his mana cost to account for the fact that he tests 10 mana per second to a shift into his other forms. But that I think that's like that makes it like so. I feel like it's more balanced. Like I mean, I don't think Morphling was particularly like gross in these like, and at least in the major. But like I feel like that was a needed change. Like you could literally just like shift into strength and just like nothing will happen to you. Like so, I think that was definitely needed change. But it certainly makes you have to manage your mana a lot better, and your strength shifting on Morphling a lot more. So your talents change. You get 10 plus agility, 15% magic resistance. Pretty good. You're losing the agility on Morphling. That was pretty rough. Like I said, the magic resistance is good, but at the cost of the agility, I'm not sure if that's worth it. Change from waveborne range, so it's nerfed a little bit. So now you get the 50. You get the agi at 15. Yeah, I would take that over the attack speed any day, I think. Talent change from 12% cooldown reduction to 20 plus strength. Yeah, it makes sense. Strength when to attribute shift while stunned. Interesting. I don't know if that's. Does it mean? Oh, you can change it while you're stunned. Okay. I guess that's fine, but I think this mana cost to the shift attributes is like honestly my dumpster this hero, because like that like yeah, like he's the reason he was so good is because of that shift. You could just shift into strength and just not die, but now like you have to worry about a mana cost. Like even if you reduce the mana cost into the spell, like that's I think he's just dumpstered. At least for now. Unless like I'm completely dumb, which is very possible. Like I just that's it's, not a siren. Okay. Um, let's see. Cooldown increased for her ensnare. Duration increased slightly in other levels. Cast range reduced. Makes sense. Scepter cooldown reduction increased. Okay, pretty good. Shard no longer has an active. Shard armor reduction increased. Nice. Shard armor down 20% slow and procs. From 25% invasion to 10 seconds mirror image cooldown. Okay, so yeah, like I think I don't like that they changed the 25% invasion talent, but I think, like I said, I think the illusion heroes are going to make a nice comeback. And they're going to have a lot more. I'm not that. I mean, PL has been pretty like relatively prevalent. I don't think Naga has been as much. She's a couple times she's been seen some play, but not that much. But I think she'll be around more because of the changes to Manta. So that'll be nice. Okay. Nature's Prophets. Nerf City, I'm guessing. Attack damage rescaled. Actually does okay, so it does less damage like at earlier levels, but then slightly more at the last level. Cooldown increased. Not the biggest nerf I was expecting. I mean, so now he can't be as global earlier levels. Later levels he can still teleport a lot. I'm surprised they haven't nerfed the trees. Base damage increased, so they upgraded his alt. The teleport is probably the most needed change because like his global presence was just too disgusting. But increment per bounce reduced, except for root duration, increased wrath of nature. So the health was really the damage. I don't know. I honestly some of these are like buffs. Like for the most part, like except for like the teleport nerf. Like I mean, so that does hurt him a lot, and it does like so his split push is going to be significantly worse. But I don't think they nerfed the Nature's Call enough, and the shard. Like, and you even buff them here. So I mean, I don't think he was OP. Like, I mean, like he wasn't getting picked as much, but this I think he probably should nerf the trees a little more. But he's still, I guess he's still strong though. So I mean, maybe we'll. I like seeing this. I love Nature's Prophet. I think he's a cool hero. So I don't mind that he doesn't get nerfed too much. But I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind it. But I think that he could have been a little hit a little more. But this cooldown does hurt him a lot in the early stage of the game, because you're not going to want to be leveling this up really too much. Well, I guess no. I guess you'll be leveling that up after your Nature's call. Okay. Necrophos. Okay, let's see. Attack animation time reduced from 0.4 to 0.3. Attack projectile speed from 900 to 1200, so that's pretty good. Shard has been reworked. Sorry, everybody. Deathseeker Shard has been reworked. No longer does 50% more damage heal. Instead, it applies Decrepify on the target. So, like, Decrepify, I assume, like, the Pug Decrepify? Or Ally for 22.5 seconds. Against enemies, reduces mana reduction by 25%. Mana cost, 100 cooldown. Okay, so. Alright. That seems pretty good. Ghost Shroud, slow increased at earlier levels, so pretty significantly. So it's like 6%, 16, like a 6% increase on the slow. That really is pretty nice. Heart support regen increased. Regen duration. The cast point for Reaper says a little bit. I don't think this. I don't think this regen increasing is that big of a deal, because it's just gonna go through it with Spirit Vessel. So still so some decent buffs, but I don't know if it's this shard is like the reduced reduction of magic resistance is pretty strong, but I don't know if it's enough to make him better or viable, honestly. So we'll see if he. I don't think the buffs are enough, honestly. Okay, we still got a bit of a way to go here. We're getting there, everybody. Okay, Night Stalker. Okay. Hunter Knight Shard no longer restricted from player units. Cannot affect special like golems or spirit bearers. Okay. Shard cannot be cast during the day on non-ancient units. Okay. Shard healing increased from 25% to 35%. Okay, pretty good. So just some overall. Okay, the challenge he does less moves to be nice, crippling for equivalent. So like some overall. This is probably a bit of a nerf, but overall buffs. Night Stalker, nothing crazy though. And again, he's a strength hero, so maybe Night Stalker carry or off lane, maybe, who knows. Nyx Assassin Vedena now provides a 50% attack animation speed. Okay, for how long? So he just starts smacking people? Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay, Burrow, Scepter, damage reduction just to 50%. Alright, not bad. Okay. Talent reduced, impel damage, and spike carrot was cooldown. I don't know if this is so much of a nerf. Like the damage definitely is a lot. The cooldown is also nice though. So nothing too bad for. I don't think it's too bad for Nyx. I just some decent buffs and some slight nerfs to the talents. I do think the damage does hurt him a little bit though. But I feel like the cooldown kind of makes up for it because you're doing it for the stun right now, the damage, right? Am I like I feel like that makes sense. Okay, but so nothing too bad. If anything, slight buster next. Ogre Magi, Fire Shield, Shard, incoming damage reduction increase. Nice. 15%, nice. And the Shard cost has been reduced a lot. So they're trying to make that more viable for Ogre. Ignite cast has been reduced. Mana cost reduced for Bloodlust. So it scales now. Pretty nice. Okay, so some buffs from Ogre. So he gets less cast range, but he has more Fire Blast Cooldown, so he can stun better. Is it the stun? Is Fire Blast is the stunner? I don't play a lot of Ogre. 20 talent reduced from Luckless. Okay, that got a little nerf, and he's a little nerf in some of his talents. Okay, so some decent buffs. Nothing, like I said, nothing too crazy. But the shard incoming damage reduction is like pretty nice. So that might be useful to pick up. Whether or not he gets the, I mean, if he builds the Hand of Midas, maybe he'll be able to get that better. So not bad. Okay. Omni looks like he's getting some buffs here. Base strength increased by 2. Base movement speed increased from 310 to 315. Okay, so he's a little stronger. Makes sense. Strength bonus increased from 7 up by 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Okay. So nice Heavenly Grace bonus. Damage rescaled from 50 plus 1, 150% to 60 plus 1. So a little bit of a nerf there. Cooldown reduced from 6 to 4. Mana cost reduced from 30 to 20. Okay. It's a bit crazy. All right, not bad, not bad. So Omni gets a little bit of buffs. So some armor, bringing an armor in there. The armor of faith. Some other heroes. Yeah, Heavenly Grace or the altar. Or what's the name of his ability? It's not Heavenly Grace. It's the I forget the name of his ultimate. Is it Heavenly Grace? No, right? It's like the angel praying thing, right? Am I? I don't know. I don't remember. I played this hero on my YouTube on stream before. What the hell? I don't remember. Hold on a second. Guardian Angel. That's it. Okay. Oracle. He's seen quite a bit of play recently, but we'll see. Intelligence gain reduced, so slight reduced damage rescaled. Does a lot more does more damage at later levels. Looks like so just slightly less at the first at level 1, but as it gets better later. So that's pretty nice. Shard fade delay reduced. That's pretty nice. Or maybe that cooldown rescale has a longer cooldown now, slightly. Okay. I think this makes it so that it fades quicker. I think so. A little bit of a nerf to False Promise. Right? Nothing too crazy, I don't think. But I guess it makes you have to play around a little bit more, the cooldown a little bit more when you get to later levels. So 15 seconds is a pretty significant. Bring it to 15 plus armor, False Promise. Ooh, that's pretty nice. But the cast range was really. Here's the thing: is that Oracle was very strong because you could build a lot of range and just kind of stay out of the fights. But now that you can't, you have to kind of be closer to people. It does like your positioning is going to get a little worse, and now there's heroes are going to be dealing a lot of damage, especially I don't know. It does seem to be that there's less burst damage available now from some of the heroes that have been nerfed, so it seems a little more sustained damage. So maybe that might be a little better versus Oracle, but I don't know. The 15 armor seems really nice though. 1 second minus second purifying flames cooldown to 1 minus 1.25 seconds. Level 20 talent change from minus 50% purifying flames ally damage to 30% purifying flames enemy damage. Okay. So I don't know if this is really that great. Because I mean you can use it on enemies, but like if you screw up the timing of it, like you're just kind of screwed. You know? I guess you could just really try to burst people down with it. But this was like really nice. I guess I guess like you're not really gonna be using that much anyway because like you're usually just gonna like put your what's your W? Well, I can't remember the name of the ability again. Why do I keep forgetting these? Fate's Edict, that's it. On them anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. But and the fortunes at max channel time to instant fortune. Okay, I don't think that's pretty decent. You can just really stop some damage. I guess. OD. You see, Shard now has a 0.2 cast time, so 1.2. Wait, what? Okay. I don't know if that I dude. What? I mean, you can literally just grief people with this, right? Like you just kill yourself with the shard. Like so, either you are about to die and then you cast it and then die because you have no mana. That's that. I don't. This seems bad. Like they need to rework this shit. I don't know. That seems really bad. Astral Imprisonment cast mode increased. Okay, then that works. Scepter no longer increases cast range. Scepter also now increases damage. Does more damage. Scepter now also causes 2 damage. Therefore, okay, so this is a little more. Nothing too crazy about OD. The cast point change is a little bad for the Astral, but I don't know. I still think OD is probably in the dumpster right now. To be honest with you, but what can I say? Okay. Pango, cast range reduced in Swashbuckle. Yeah, this is probably necessary. Rolling Thunder speed has been reduced by a lot. Duration has been increased, but the damage has been slightly reduced. Okay, duration. I feel like the duration is the problem. And they reduced the shield craft mana cost and damage reduction. So they just buffed Pango. Okay. I feel like he didn't need a buff, to be completely honest with you. I feel like Rolling Thunder was a insane spell, but so now I mean it does less damage, but you're not taking it for the damage, you're taking it for the stun, right? And part of the reason okay. That's that you know, that okay. PA Stephanie Dagger range rescale. So it has slightly more range at every level, except for the start. And it's the first two. They have 9 shard damage increased, shard mana cost reduced. Oh god. Shard impact time now matches. So this is much better now. 50%. 50. PA doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't have a ton of mana cost as it is. So 50 mana to just like that's. I think it applies a break too, right? So that's like pretty good. That would be really nice against like some of the strength cores or like something like Viper or Bristleback. Very nice. PA's been having a little bit of a rough time recently, so count increase, stifling cool dagger, not great dagger cooldown, so better, slightly less gek. For a lot of these cast ranges are getting reduced. All right, I will be back again. I need another drink. These Moderna side effects are starting to get to me. Okay, back again. Some clarifying point about Pango. I don't think he's like broken, to be honest with you, but I do think he needed a little bit of some work, to be honest. Okay, so base damage rescaled. So okay, nothing like too crazy. Doppelganger, Snurf. The range and Phantom Rush has been reduced. Shard damage now does more damage, so that's really nice. Spirit Lens, cool. So they really want you to use that, get that shard. That shard is like actually really good. So that'll be good. This is actually kind of terrible. Whatever. Talent increase. Okay, and then talent reduced from your plus your 50 plus Phantom range. So actually, just a lot of slight nerfs, except for this damage increase is actually kind of insane. Because that shard was already pretty strong. And now more juxtaposed damage. So I don't think the doppelganger one hurts a little bit, but I think and the Phantom Rush range reduce is a little crappy. But I think because of the changes to the map, I think it's and it can end up balancing pretty well. And because I think Diffusal got buffed, I think we'll still see a lot of Phantom Laser. To be honest, I hope we do because I love PL. He's a really fun hero. So I played with him on stream once, but the game did not go well at all. It was also a turbo game, so that also didn't help. Excuse me. Okay, Sharp's gonna work now. Causes Sun Ray to slow enemies by 12% to be cancelled their supernova. Okay. Sunray. Oh, so now the shard, they changed it so now you have to buy it rather than having the Sunray or supernova to level 20. Okay. I don't know how often you're going to be buying the shard in Phoenix, so we'll see how that ends up working out. Sunray max health damage reduced. 1.5. Okay, so I honestly don't think that's enough of a nerf. Maybe it is. Maybe the numbers work out that way, but that's Sunray's like been pretty strong. Like I mean, especially against like carries that could heal a lot of damage. But maybe that's why they're nerfing it because a lot of the strength heroes who regen a lot might be making a comeback. But I don't know. So I don't think that's enough, but it is pretty relatively significant. And the Supernova Ravius has been increased. Icarus cast range has been reduced, and now you get more Supernova stun. Okay. So overall, just nerfs for Phoenix. Yeah, probably needed. I don't think it's like too incredibly debilitating. I think it could be. Honestly, they probably could have done a little more. But maybe at these lower levels, it's not as bad. But maybe it hurts less. But I still think it's pretty strong. Okay, Puck. I was expecting to see more nerfs in this list. Cooldown has been increased. So it's not just 6 all the time. It's just it scales down now. Cooldown increase your Waning Rift. By a lot at the start, so that's good. So I don't think that was the problem with the hero, but cast range to Waning Rift silence duration. Talent change from 50% illusory orb distance speed to cooldown. Oh, I think I feel like the cooldown is worse than the speed. I don't know. Is that just me? Because like you can just throw it out and just do all this crap ton of damage, and the AOE and range isn't like I don't know. And the silence, like I don't know. Like I think this is not like. I mean, the cooldown is like the seconds, like an early game, like that does hurt Puck a little bit during the landing stage, but I still think Puck could be pretty strong. Unless, of course, there are some heroes that mess with Puck a lot at the beginning. How does Puck do against Invoker? I don't know if I've seen that in a bit. I don't know what that matchup is like. Because I think Invoker might be doing pretty well. So if that matchup is bad, it might just depend on the matchups that Puck has to go up against that are going to become more popular. Pudge got his base armor increased and his attack range increased. Cooldown for the hook has been reduced. Nice. Shard, cast range, and allies increased from 60 to 400, so we can grab a little scepter radius increase. I don't think it's enough of a buff for Pudge, but the cooldown reduction has been actually pretty nice. So like a 3-second cooldown, right? So that'll be pretty decent for Pudge players. I don't know if it'll help them at all, but the base armor may be nice. So maybe like as like a 4 position might help. And he might be someone who would benefit a lot from the way the map has changed. So mayhaps. Okay. Pugna base damage increased from 43 to 51 to 45 to, so all right, pretty good. Nether blast delay has been reduced slightly. The shard interval reduced, so it drains life quicker with a life drain, and less nether ward damage per mana to. Oh, it's just a buff. So just some Pugna buffs. Okay, cool. How decent is Pugna against Puck? I don't think it's that great, is it? Maybe. I generally don't know if I've seen that matchup. Queen of Pains. Okay, slight change to the base attack. Then 2 major. Blink cooldown reduction. Nice. Distance reduce. Yeah, they scaled it. And the shard has a silence duration. Bonus damage and silence. Just some slight Queen of Pain buffs. On the blink cooldown. So less damage, blink cooldown. Okay. Nothing crazy. Don't think it's going to change their viability. Razor buff duration. He's probably got nerfed, right? Yeah. Shard damage. Oh no, Storm Surge gives him more damage. Okay. Okay, so actually just some buffs for Razor. So maybe we'll see more Razor rather than less Razor. But the buff duration getting is nerfed is pretty significant. So some general buffs, but then like this is a pretty big nerf. At least your earlier levels, but again, so I think, and you're not really taking Razor to the late game, so maybe that might trim him down a little bit. Probably. That's my guess. Okay, Ricky, maybe he'll come back again. Blink Strike now provides 50% attack animation increase for the attack. Okay, nice. So really quick. So again, burst Ricky. Tricks of the trade attack damage reduced from 7. Oh, that's really bad. But now it increases your agility by a lot. So that seems pretty decent. The shard duration increased from 3 to 4. Shard sleep no longer makes targets invulnerable to damage, and they now wake up for taking 200 damage. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty decent. 8 gets 8 strength, 20 damage, do 8% cloak and dagger wounds, even while invisible. Mixture cast range to blink strike with punch time. Okay, it's a kind of a mix for me. I think the agility might be a net benefit. I'm not positive. So maybe he'll be somewhat viable. I don't think he needed like a ton of nerfs because like he's been like kind of on the backswing for a while. But so they might maybe try to make him more of a carrier rather than just like bursting stuff people. So it makes sense, but we'll see. So some interesting rookie changes, but I kind of like it. I think it's a nice mix. I don't think he needed like the complete nerf hammer. Like I think Pop definitely could have took some more nerfs to be honest. But maybe she won't be like first picked every time. Rubik. Telekinesis shard throw range increased from 60% to 85%. That's pretty nice. Cooldown reduced. Is that just the shard or the? Oh, no, that's just a okay. More Rubik. We love to see it. I like Rubik. Level 10 talent change from Dale to telekinesis landing, which is more burst. When her cast range to lift duration. Oh, the lift duration might be pretty nice. So you can just kind of keep him in the air for a little bit and then just. Okay, not bad. Nothing too crazy again. That cooldown is nice. Sand King, Scepter cast range from the burst strike has been reduced. Okay, fair enough. Shard no longer triggers if there are no enemies nearby. Shard radius increased. Okay. I still think it's pretty bad, but I guess that kind of fixes some of it. Um, this is really bad. Holy God. Um, uh, Level 10 talents increase from just some general buffs to his talents. Okay, cool. I don't think he was particularly unviable, but I think he was not great. I don't think this changes where he was. I think just the slight talent buffs might actually help a little bit. 5+ 7% repulse might be nice. But I think with the buff of some of the items, I think he'll be okay. Because especially because Beastmaster's kind of been nerfed a little. Well, the Necrobook's been taken out, so I think we'll see some more sinking. Maybe not too much, but I mean we haven't seen we've seen him in a couple games, but he hasn't looked like amazing in all of them. So we'll see. SD, our boy, Shadow Demon, intelligence increased, better, so better scaling for that. Level 10 talent change from intelligence to 15% shadow poison damage. Okay. 5 cast range to 10 strength. 20% shadow damage to 200 demonic purge damage. Okay. The level 15 talent increase from 20 plus 20 to 25. Will time shoulder cooldown. And talent insurance plus 400 demonic purge damage to 30 seconds demonic purge cooldown. Okay. That's pretty decent. Some pretty decent buffs. I mean, you lose the intelligence, but you get more shadow poison damage, and that's pretty nice. Especially if you're trying to clear out creeps and stack and stuff like that. Not bad. All right, I like it. Shadow Fiend, base attack time reduced by a little bit, base armor increased. Charging reward now causes presence of the Dark Lord to reduce magic resistance by 14%. Okay. And your soul's also dead reduce it. This is fine. Nothing to write home about, really, but it's just some slight buffs, but nothing too incredible. But this seems pretty good. The reduced magic resistance. I don't know if it's enough to make him viable. Shadow Shaman, talents, cast range to certain more attack range. Yeah, it's definitely needed. Increase from ether shock damage to just a little slight nerf, slight buff. I think the attack range is really what was making him incredibly viable, but I think he could have used some more nerfs. Honestly, his shard is just stupid. Honestly, the range on that is actually stupid, and it's actually dumb. So I mean, he'll probably still be sticking around then for a while. I think. Ooh, okay. Buffs for Silencer, mana cost reduced. It starts. Damage reduced. On Arcane Curse. Okay, so a little bit of no longer pauses damage when defense duration is delayed. Okay. Interesting. Just gonna deal more damage consistently. It looks like Wisdom Shard buff. Shard damage behavior fixed. It was reducing non-glaive damage to secondary target too much. Okay. Maybe decent against Puck then. Maybe a core silencer, 5 silencer. I don't know if this is enough to make him more viable. I'd like to see him more though. He's a stupid hero, but I love him. Conceptually, he's stupid, but it's really stupid fun, you know. Okay. Base damage increased by 2. Rework shard upgrade. Every time you cast abilities, you gain 5. What the hell? You gain 5+ intelligence and 1 armor for 35 seconds. Stacks independently. That seems incredible. A concussive shot cooldown reduced from better at level 1 and 2 and 3. Arcane Bolt damage multiplier reduced, base damage increased. Okay. Talent change, 50% movement to health, probably better. Needs some more survival. Talent reduced from Misty Flare damage. Okay, so slight nerfs. So some buffs and some nerfs. I think the shard is like super nice. Seems really cool. All right. See. Slardar sprint over unlocks max movement speed. Sprint rescaled. Wow, they just. I don't know. Did you really need? Why did you do this to my boy Slardar? Why? Hmm. Why do you do this? Um, Slitherine Crush Shard now applies the debuff before the damage. Um. Okay. Shard now increases the radius by so that's pretty decent. Bash of the Deep now does double damage against creeps. Okay, so we can farm faster. I don't think this needed to happen though. It's more health regen. I don't think it's enough to bring him back though. I mean, this seems pretty decent, and the double damage increase might be like it might help him farm a little bit. Maybe that's good. I guess. Is the bash his? It's his like yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I don't know if it's enough to bring him back for now. I still think he's relatively inviable. I mean, I guess it helps him secure the range creep better. So you could like hit two and then like sprint over to the last one, the range creep, and just kill it. But I don't know. Rework shard upgrade grants Depth Shroud. Creates a 300 AoE cloud of the target location for 3 seconds. All allies inside the radius are hidden and have increased regeneration and movement speed. Ooh, so it's kind of like a Ricky cloud, but like gives people hit movement speed and regeneration. Okay, interesting. I'd like to see how that works. Movement speed rescaled. It used to be slightly slower at later levels, but starting he's decent. Okay. Yeah, so just some like some buffs for Slar. Okay. See, I don't think the change. I mean, the changes for Silver Edge kind of hurt him. I don't think it's. I don't still don't think it's any good. But so I don't know if we'll see more Slark, but maybe he'll build other items. I don't play a lot of Slark, so I recognize his number. Snapfire. Base armor increased by 1. Intelligence increased from 18 to 21. Little shorter damage increased. Okay, so they're buffing Snapfire up again. Mana cost reduced. Or mana cost rescaled. Yeah, so it's like better, looks like. We're almost there, people. Okay. Okay. Um. Let's see. Okay. Shard stun duration increased from 1 point. Oh, the armor relation is really nice. Shard stun duration increased from 1.5 to 2. Fire snap quickly jump distance reduced from 450 to 425. Um, Cooldown reduced from 24, 21, 18, 15. Oh, 19, 17, 15. Okay, so there's less of a jump distance, but the cooldown's lower. So just some overall buffs for Snapfire. Probably needed. She was pretty much in the dumps. The little shredder stuff is really nice, and the armor reduction duration is really good. So good. I'm glad she got some love here. Very nice. All right, what do they do to Sniper? Okay, active rework. No longer gives double range for an attack. Makes sense because of their recent changes. Now lasts 4 seconds and grants you true strike and a 30% headshot chance. Oh, okay. Cause you to move 30% slower. Okay. So you want to just like pop it during a true strike and a 30% headshot. Okay. Um 30% large. All right. I like the true strike. It's pretty sick. Mm. I don't know. Sniper back 450 units away from the target direction, cast range. So it's like a 2,000 gold hurricane pipe basically. Okay. I don't know if this makes him viable, but that's pretty like a true strike on a 20-second cooldown, like without buying items is like seems pretty good. And a 30% headshot chance, like that's pretty. That seems pretty decent. And you last 4 seconds. I mean, the issue is that this comes slightly more viable, but the issue is that you're moving slower, and you already have issues getting out. So I mean, I guess if you can take your if you get attack speed, you can just like rapid fire and get rapid fire true strike with a 30% headshot chance. Might be pretty decent. Okay, sniper, like range course coming back, huh? All right, we'll see. Um, Spectre base armor increased by 1. Okay, nice damage increase to the Desolate. Needed shit. Cast range reduced makes sense. Cooldown reduced for Shadow Step. What the hell is Shadow Step? Is that I don't know all the Spectre's ability. Is that her shard? Or her I don't know what that is. Maybe that's all when you activate haunt, I'm not sure. Shard can now target any enemy hero that damaged you in the last 8 seconds. No, it must be her. Maybe it's I don't know what that is. It might be for haunt, I guess. Can ground target define the closest valid target? Shard mana cost reduced. Okay, so just some overall buffs. I don't know if it's enough to make her viable. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty decent buffs. I don't think it's like incredibly. The dispersion, the desolate damage is probably where it's gonna. But even then, that's not even too much. But who knows? Spearbreaker Never Strike cast time reduced, speed reduced for all those. So just a slight nerf. Play buff. Nothing changing too much with Spearbreaker. I don't think. It's a little slower. I think we actually might see, even though this is a slight nerf, I think we might see more of him because of the map changes. How much more left do we got here? Okay, we're getting there. I realize I have stuff going on, so I have to go do that in a little bit. Storm Spirit. So I'm going to try to get through these a little quicker. Electric Rave Shard upgrade is now inactive on Overload instead of a dedicated hotkey. Okay. Interesting. Sounds good. Ball Lightning travel speed rescaled. It's slower now. Or it's okay. So it's slightly faster and then slower. Okay. Overload bounce talent is no longer applied to allies that have a shard buff. Only Storm Spirit runners are now bounce talent that causes secondary attacks to do secondary damage instead of 100. So amazing. Level 10 talent change from plus 24 overload damage to 200 health. Level 15 talent change from 375 health to plus 25 attack speed. Level 20 talent change from plus 25 attack speed. It's like Grim and cooldown. Okay, so some slight nerfs. I think the ball lightning nerfs. I don't know if the bounce talents might. I don't think it's too damaging for Storm. I think he's still going to be pretty decent. Sven, he's hero's got no play because he got nerfed in the ground. Stormhammer Shard now reduces cooldown by 4 seconds. Scepter cast range reduced from 950 to 900. Damage increased from 100, 140, 180%, and 100. Sorry, I cannot speak. So God Strength back up damage again. So we will again. We got a lot of strength carries coming. So random regen doesn't incredibly need that. So attack speed's nice. War cry duration. Okay. Great 25%. Great cleave. Okay. Stormhammer generation. Yeah, I still don't think it's. I mean, the damage is back, but maybe. I think the God Strength is what makes him so strong. So we'll see if it's comes back. I don't know if we really want Sven back. I don't think it's enough to bring him back. Though. But the cooldown reduction is nice on the Stormhammer. But yeah, the Superman is really the gap close really made him good. That as well. There is some nice damage in there, but I don't know. We'll see. Techies, movement speed, cast time improved, can no longer be placed in fat areas. Very funny. Shard Danes, short stun, radius increased. Ooh, okay. So a little bit of buffs for some slight buffs in there for Techies. I don't think it'll change his play at all, really. Templar Assassin, mana cost reduced. Okay. Start damage increase. Cooldown increased. Okay. But nothing too incredible. Sonic Trap, Start Silence duration increased. Shard increases vision. Cast range reduced. Sonic Protection, Scepter mana cost reduced from 100 to 50. Scepter cooldown reduced from 15 to 10. Scepter mana cost reduced. I want to do 50. Scepter cooldown reduced. Alright, some overall buffs so far. Challenge moves into Side Blade's range. That seems pretty nice. Attack speed of 20. Yeah, so some upgrades for TA. Like I said, range core seem to be getting a lot of buffs, so I think TA will make a comeback as well. We should probably still in that 2 position, but I think maybe we'll see with some of the changes that she'll be making a comeback. Terror Blade, yeah, Terror Blade I think is going to be really nice. Increased base damage, increased base. His base armor has been reduced by 2, so that is pretty significant. Attack damage bonus has been reduced. Attack range. Okay, so they decided to dumpster him. His meta for some reason. Okay, I don't understand this, but okay, whatever. Illusion damage increase. Okay, so the illusions are getting a little stronger because of the changes. Slow rescaled, so a little better. They buffed his reflection a little bit to make him. Okay, so yeah, so like they reduced meta a lot. Mm, yeah, like 20 attack damage bonus is a lot, but I guess with the power of the manta buffs, it might balance out. So maybe he'll be okay. I don't know if they needed to nerf in this art because I don't think he was particularly good before, but I genuinely think the mana buffs will make him more viable. Tie Hunter, mana cost rescaled more. Yeah, I guess Gush is so strong in level 1. I think they could have done more. Timber Saw base armor increased by 1. Uh, okay, duration. So nerfing Timber Saw stuff lower levels makes sense. Cash Rams gets dumped third, but he does get a little bit quicker. So he goes quicker, so that's nice. Shard no longer ignores Ancients. Ooh, now affects buildings for 40% damage. That seems pretty cool. Scepter dim. So actually, like not as many nerfs as I thought. The reactive armor I think is probably that hurts the most, but even that's not that bad. I don't think, honestly. But yeah, so it does hurt him a little bit though because that's kind of what you get him for. It's like just tanking up, just dealing with shit in early games. So he'll probably be picked less. But I still don't think he's that bad. Tinker, defense matrix, shard, status resistance increase, 50% status resistance on defense matrix. Okay, the shard health goes up. Health increase, shard duration, health reduction reduced. Okay, that's his shard's pretty strong. Cast point reduced from. Oh shit! He just like can insta cast it now. Okay, that's pretty good. Basically, oh, the channel time is increased. Okay, my bad. Mana cost increased. Okay, so the nerfs to rearm is pretty. Not horrible, but he already did have mana issues. Ooh, the 1 point. Ooh, that hurts a lot actually. Okay, well maybe we won't be seeing Tinker. I think the rearm stuff kind of ruins him. I mean, not that we really saw him that much anyway, but base almost. Sorry, just checking how long we have. Okay, base HP region increased. Reworked crew. I have no charge limit. Man grab reduced. Armor increased. Cast range reduced. Cast range rescaled. Excuse me. 20 strength. Excuse me. 15% status resistance at level 20. Holy shit. That seems pretty good. Alright, some slight tiny buffs. Maybe he'll. I don't think he's been in the worst place, but I don't think he's been in a great place. So some of these are pretty good. Tree Protector. Shard now grants invisibility near tree. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh god. That might be really good during this patch. Holy crap. Leech Seed, mana cost reduced, buffs. Okay, they just really wanted to make this the patch of the trees here. Holy crap. Okay, so he gets more mana regen. Nature's Guy's invisibility. Oh, that was always a thing? I didn't realize it was. Okay, well, then that's not gonna say that. Nature's Grasp cooldown. Oh, that's pretty nice. Mm-hmm. So it's not as amazing buffs as I thought. But I think he'll still be good with all the trees that they've put around the map. As a joke. I know Mike was talking about it before. Rolling Axis Man. Oh yeah, Sherman Troll is getting a little. Short grants Rampage. Globally cause allies heroes to gain attack speed or plus 20 citizens for 5 seconds based on whichever stance Troll is currently in. Range provide attack speed and melee which has citizens. That's actually pretty stupid. That actually is super dumb. Okay, so he's probably gonna get kite a lot. And like he's got some nerfs, like, but like this is stupid. 25% status resistance for all of your allies globally if you're in melee reform? That is disgustingly stupid. Okay, well, there was that. I'm assuming. Okay. Walrus Punch is the attack animation 40% faster. Okay. That's exactly the opposite of what Speed wanted. I don't think that spell needed to be nerfed, to be honest with you, so it's fine. Tag Team definitely needed to be reduced. More than that, to be honest with you. I think it needed worse. I think it needed more than that. Snowball, cast range introduced, makes sense. Rain, okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, ice charge is fine. Frozen Sizzle does want increase from 4 to 6. Doesn't bread reduces attack speed. Vision raise has been increased. Movement speed increase. Mana cost reduce. Okay. So I think Tusk is still fine. I don't think this is nearly enough. I think Tag Team is stupid. Well, it's not stupid. It's just a good ability. I think it needs to be more than that. But I mean, maybe it adds up. But Underlord. Attack range. Oh shit. That's fine. Attack range increased from 175 to 200. Radius rescaled. It's just 425 all the way. That's a bit of a nerf. Shard no longer provides healing. Shard also increases Firestorm wave count by 3. Okay. Sharp draw increases radius. Shard and reduces cooldown. So no causes to have 2 charges. Firestorm wave count to original radius. So I guess it rescales a little bit. For the shard, they changed it for the shard. Not exactly what I was hoping. Hero bonus. Okay. So I guess they're trying to make him even more of a aura building hero. Um. Yeah, nothing too crazy. But yeah, so just a little bit more nerfs than I thought, actually, to be honest with you. Undying, agility gain increased from 0.28 to 1.2. Mana cost reduced from 85. Okay, so they buffed decay a little bit. Now those double damage to creeps. Interesting. Okay, so that helps his wave clear a little bit. And illusion is no longer apply the debuff. Okay. On the flesh golem. Alright, interesting. That's fine, I guess. 40 plus decay reduction to 5 plus armor. Challenge changed from 1 to 5 cast range to 15-second cooldown, tombstone cooldown. Increased from so mostly the cast range. So honestly, like pretty decent buffs for Undying. So we might again, and if there's going to be a popularity of strength heroes coming back, like this actually might break the game because giving Undying wave clear, like that's the one thing he's not good at. And then reducing the mana cost is going to be pretty nice. I mean, you're really going to be. I guess this doesn't matter too much because like you're at level 1. It's not the same mana cost, but it's going to be pretty decent. Ursa, not cause Earthshaker to apply 1 second range buff on yourself, reduces cooldown by 2 seconds. So it's just okay. So it's not just attacking now. It's a garbage. Okay, definitely. Yeah, the other one was kind of stupid. 10 level 10 talent increase, max range gen. Reduced. Yeah. So enraged sessions. Okay, that's good. Yeah. So much more nerf because I think this was better before. But I think that's what made him a little strong. I don't think he's like completely inviable now, but that does hurt him a little bit. Vengeful Spirit base damage increase, nice. Base movement speed increase, nice. Scepter illusion movement speed reduced. Okay, makes sense. We have Terror Radius increased, Shard damage steel reduced. Shard also just 20% of the enemy base armor. Okay, that's pretty cool. We have Terror Armor, plus 10 agility. Okay. Yep, I think this is pretty stupid. This is going to be pretty nice, I think. So some slight buffs for Venge. That's pretty good. Base damage increased, slow reduced. Yeah, makes sense. Radius increased, duration increased. Actually, some pretty deep, some kind of buffs for Venomancer, but the slow reduced it doesn't hurt that much. Blade War duration do 100 plus attack range. Interesting. Don't know if that'll help, but I think that this is not great. Kind of a nerf. Attack range do 12% spell life. Okay, that actually might be pretty decent. Does that include like DOTs? Because if it did, that's like kind of stupid. Poison sink slow, yeah, but and 12% life steal. Oh, that he already had that. I don't know nothing about this game apparently. So that'd be pretty nice. All right, nothing too crazy about Venomancer. Viper mana cost rescaled. Cost it's lower. Shared armor reduction. Okay, reduced. Shared also affect buildings for 40% poison damage. Okay, interesting. Viper strike. So some mana cost reduction. Poison tech affects buildings to. So now you get paid for the shard to attack the buildings. Okay. Two times corrosive skin slow and resistance is actually pretty nice. Little 15 talent increase from 5 plus corrosive skin stats to 200, 300 plus. Okay. I don't think that's nothing too crazy there. Visage attack manage animation improved. Nice. Base armor increased to 1. Mana cost decreased. Oh, that's really nice. The 125 in the soul option. Okay. Much less mana. Shard mana cost reduced. Shard heal increased. Okay. So just some straight buffs for Visage. Nice. Maybe make him see a. He might be decent against Pokemon, right? Maybe. Um. Okay. Void Spirit. Dissimulate shard damage increased. Cash range reduced. Cash range reduced. Replenish time improved. Mana cost increased. Okay, the mana cost increased is pretty significant, and for Resonant Pulse, I think that's pretty good. I still think Void Spirit is a little too dominant, but that's still needed nerfs here a little bit. I don't understand why this got buffed, but I think this is the most significant though. Shadow Ward Shard movement speed slow reduced from 20% to 10%. Okay. Shard now. Headed to a shard. 450. Okay, Wishbone. Okay. Interesting. All people cast time improved. AoE reduced. Slow cap rescale. Now it has 100% slow on that at max level. Okay. Slow per second. Even buffed a little bit. Max duration reduced. Okay. So a little bit. Never heal. Cat offering step respawn interval reduced from. Okay. Cast range, cat offer, golden move speed. Okay, that's pretty good. Make us fucking move quicker. Do damage. All people DPS. Okay. It could have been worse. I think it could have been better for Warlock buffs, but I don't think any of this does too much. Oh, we're next match with speed. No moves haste speed always for Weaver. Okay. Unfortunate. Damage change. Swarm armor reduction. Okay. Nice. Swarm armor reduction turned to 35 AM. Okay. It's a little worse. Plus 4 swarm attacks to kill. Plus 3. So honestly, it's just a little bit of nerfs for Weaver. I think this hurts, but I think he'll be fine. I don't think he'll see as much change. Alright. A couple more heroes left. Wind Ranger, mana cost reduced. Nice. Shard also reduces cooldown by 1 more. Kill throw something longer scales based on power shot channel. Okay. Interesting. I think that's a big nerf actually. Scepter no longer unlocks mass movement. Scepter now passively provides 30% evasion. Okay, that's pretty good. Provides haste instead of increasing speed from 60% to 100%. Okay, so nice buff here. Kill threshold. It's always the same, so that's a bit of a nerf. So I don't think there's anything too crazy. I think she's going to be as viable as before. Wonder Wyvern, base armor. Who's cooldown reduced. Nice. Arctic Burn, cool. Nice. I think that's good. Now, ends if there are no enemies in the area for 2.5 seconds. Oh, I don't know about that. That seems pretty rough. Duration has been increased. Curse radius and attack speed increased. Okay. I like the rest of this, but if it ends when there's no enemies in the area, like that feels really rough. I mean, I guess you're not going to be really using it, but what if you really want to get a quick kill? You really want to commit to it. Like, what if you end up not killing him because of that? I don't know. I don't like that at all. Shard no longer increases ice damage, not increasing user cooldown. Okay. Talent for okay, increased. Cooldown breaks cooldown to 100 plus. Yeah, I honestly think these are more nerfs than anything. Like, these are nice, but I feel like this ruins it. But I mean, if you do get the spell off, it's really good then. If you get it with all the people around, then that's good. So maybe I'm dumping on this too much, and I think this sucks. So situational. I think if you're it depends on who you're playing against. Witch Doctor down to the last three heroes here. Paralyze and cast and cure damage increased from 50 to 50, 67. I don't think you need a buff to be honest. Power armor 200 health. Maldic AoE to 1. Yeah, I honestly don't think Witch Doctor needed a buff. I think he was fine where he is. To be completely real. I mean, this feels like a little bit of a nerf because the armor would be really nice. But I think he's literally fine where he was. I don't think he needed this buff. I think he honestly better. Wraith King, level 10 talent change from minus 1 second. Wraith Fire Blast cooldown to stun duration. Okay. 15 strength to 25 12 strength. To yeah, I don't know. I don't think Wraith King's really great that much anymore. Well, he's okay. I don't think this does too much. I think the 12 strength being moved though does hurt a little bit. So I feel like he needs that scaling. But with the change to armlet, he might still be good again. Like I said, I think his armlet change and like the strength hero stuff is gonna be really nice. I think. But who knows? I think armlet heroes and I think illusion heroes are gonna be super good. Maybe not Terror Blade because of some of the nerfs, but I think maybe like PL and Naga. Base armor reduced, shard cooldown reduced. 2.5 plus 220 plus movement speed. The spell lifesteal is really nice. That's really nice. Help him survive a lot, especially going to Zeus. So maybe we'll see. Zeus might be decent against Puck. We'll see. I don't know. Okay. Well, that's the patch. I realized I went through it kind of quick. Just kind of wanted to do my thoughts on this stuff happening. Thank you all for joining me. I have to leave. I do have a commitment that I did not realize I had, which is fun. Okay. So overall, I think this is going to be a really fun patch. I'm excited to learn and like kind of see where people take it with the new meta Texas. That being said, thank you all for joining me on this journey through this long patch for 3.5 hours. I'm sure Purge is still doing his like 17-hour patch analysis stream, so go check him out if you're looking for someone who's better at Dota than I am. And that being said, I will see you guys next time. This will go up on YouTube. Check me out on YouTube. It's at Rainstorm15, same. It's in my link should be in my bio. Check me out on Patreon if you feel like supporting. Have a good rest of your day.